wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked. West Ham are massive. Wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked. Yo, 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 yo. West Ham are massive. Everywhere we go. West Ham are massive. Tell them how we got this skill. West Ham are massive. Everywhere we go. West Ham are massive. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. West Ham are massive.
Hello everyone and welcome to Claret and Booze, an anniversary edition. It's our 2-year anniversary today. We're going to be talking about the Newcastle game, rating the players, and then taking calls from you, lovely lot. But as you can see, we've got a jam-packed panel tonight. Gary and John, you know who they are. We saw Micky last week, and we've got Nigel. We'll start with Nigel. Nigel, where are you?
I'm in my kitchen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's a letdown, isn't it? That's a letdown.
I was about to sing the song then.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered to walk to the end of the garden, to be honest.
Long way.
Oh, dear. I know. Gary must be sick of sheds.
Fucking am. I really am. I've given up on it, you know. It's all I'm going to do now is nibble away at it every day for a couple of weeks and then it'll be done. I've done 80% of it, but it's the last 20% that's a bitch.
So, we'll rename him Arthur. Arthur job. Bit like your kitchen, isn't it, Nige? Arthur job?
No, it's probably 75% of it.
Must be why you're eating cornflakes, though, because you're finishing the kitchen. You got no, you know.
Fruit and fibre, I'll have, you know. And the Kellogg's one. I don't buy the cheap shit.
Micky, you're back again. Welcome back, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thanks, and thanks for having me on again. Loved it last time, and looking forward to it again.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Me and Jonathan have made up on text, so he might phone in later. We don't know. Yeah, so might be around 3.
He was having a bad day last week, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's good to have a different opinion, isn't it? Have someone
yeah, of course it is.
To be fair, it was a brilliant call.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was a brilliant call, wasn't it? And
nothing wrong with a difference of opinion.
And we've got the Claret and Booze forager over on the right hand side. What you got today, John? What snacks have you got today?
I have got the crisp, the king of crisps, which is the roast chicken and thyme Walker's sensation. I had a good week in the cab last week, so I splashed out £2.50 on a bag of crisps. He splashed
out. Oh, right. He's gone all out. It's got to be Thai sweet chili, though, isn't it? Isn't it sweet chili?
I'm with you, Nick. Thai sweet chili is better than that. Yeah.
McCoy's ridged beef.
Oh, get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, if we're talking crisp, nothing will ever beat the the Brannigans, the roast beef and mustard. They was my favourite.
You could only get them in pubs. You couldn't get them anywhere else at the pub.
I know, but we was always at the pub, so it was easy. Yeah.
All the pubs were shut down in East London. All the pubs were gone.
No. Well, you was driving past the Brit the other day. You sent us a photo of it, didn't you? Wages Street.
I drove through our old manor the other week. It's changed an awful lot in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all been even the top of Eric Street there is all flats, isn't it, John? New flats.
Mate, there's flats on every corner. It's like New York, like apartments everywhere, all funny angles. And
it's not like New York.
No. It's like really crap New York. Dystopian New York, isn't it?
Dodgy bit, it might be. Queens.
New York. I bet mine end's never been related to New York before.
Never. No.
Twinned.
No, I know. Yeah. Right. So look, we all watched West Ham. Some of us went to the game. Others watched it from home. I was one of the ones that watched it from home. West Ham drew 2-2 against Newcastle at home. Now I'm going to ask the same question again. I'll do the rounds. I'll start with Nigel this time. Nigel, were you surprised when you saw the starting lineup this week?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. No.
It's been the same now. Sheffield United, Liverpool, and City. So you weren't surprised. How about yourself, Micky?
Nah, of course not.
Weren't expecting any change, John?
Nah. Go on.
Nah, but you know, his argument is the team's doing well this year, I suppose. But we can all see what needs changing. I think. But
I think.
Was it not doing well then, John?
No, it is. No, that's his argument. It is doing well. No, it's my. No, I understand it, but I just feel that, you know, if something was changed, then it could be better. But we're doing very well. Of course we are.
This is going to kick off tonight. I can tell.
There's no doubt about that. We're doing well.
Right, Gary. Gary, you lastly, how about yourself?
Of course, I wasn't surprised because I called this like 3 weeks ago that this was his starting 11 regardless, and it will be next game as well.
I know. I think perhaps a big shock in this, Mickey, is the fact I think maybe you could even accept it against. I suppose you could put Newcastle because they're a top team in the Man City and Liverpool bracket as a type of team that they are. I think the big shock was that we started that way against Sheffield United as well, who are not. That was a big shock. But look,
yeah, but
it is what it is.
I wasn't even surprised at that. It's just there's been no surprises at all for me for any starting lineup. To be fair to you,
no,
he's everything I thought it'd be. Even Antonio, I expected him to be there.
Yeah, honestly, Moyes is a collaboration killer. I'll go back to the we mentioned this before, but the feature that we used to run on this show, Nigel, where we used to predict the starting lineup for the game coming up. Moyes killed that in about 3 months. So I've got to be honest. I stopped doing that completely. But look, the game started very well. I mean, I'll tell you what, I gave my thoughts on this earlier on. So I'll hand over to, I'll take Gary. Run us through the first half. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought the first half was fantastic. I thought we, you said we played a low block. I didn't think we did. I thought we played right high up the pitch and we were getting in their faces and putting in strong tackles. And we had a lot of the ball. And we're in the final third.
We didn't have a lot of the ball.
Bit more. No. I mean, in the final third. And a little bit more of a clinical finishing in the final third, and I think we could have gone in 2-0 up safely because Newcastle were asleep. They were asleep. They looked dead on their feet, and them chasing us around killed them, right? And yeah, so I was delighted going in at half time. But as we know, half time is often when a game changes with West Ham.
Yeah, no, I know.
Great goal, by the way. Let's talk about that goal, right? Yeah. Antonio shielded the ball and he gave it to Paqueta. Paqueta played the most delicious of balls over the top to Emerson, who I like to think he did it deliberately, brought it down wide of the 100%. Keeper, crossed it in, Souček smashed it home. It was a beautiful, beautiful goal.
I think it was deliberate. I think he was
well aware where Pope was. Personally.
I agree.
Yeah. No, it was definitely. How about yourself, John? Was you pleased with the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it on the way back from Portsmouth on Freddie's iPad because he had an away game against Portsmouth today. But from what I mean, you get a different perspective in the ground watching it on telly or on iPad.
You do.
I felt we didn't have loads of the ball, but I felt with what ball we had, we looked dangerous. If that, you know what I mean?
So we was effective. We was effective with it.
Yeah, we was effective with the possession we had, which wasn't fantastic, but. You know, we've got to come to expect that we're not going to have lots of possession, and even against a team like Newcastle, even less. I was more than happy, and I've got to say, like Gary sort of said there, I thought the goal was brilliant. I thought it was beautifully taken, and I think for me, Emerson is like getting better and better, and every game goes by, sort of. I suppose he becomes more and more popular to me and a lot of the fan base. Do you know what I mean? I think he becomes more and more popular as a player.
I think it's fair to say that probably most of us got it wrong on Emerson. Do you know what I mean? I think I called him the Brazilian Masuaku, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Could have got
quite early on there. I think quite early on you gave him that.
You never learned, Nick.
I never learned. I never will. But right, going to the second half. I'll go to Mickey and Nigel. Right, I'm going to ask you a question. I'll ask Nigel first. What the fuck gets said at half-time, Nigel? Because even though you're saying we're doing well, and I know you're positive, this, that, the other, you can't argue we come out half a kip at the start of second halves. Why is that becoming a trend? What's happening?
I don't know. Perhaps it's the opposition are looking at us, looking at West Ham and thinking, "Oh, we can't be behind to these," and they raise their game. We never consider that. We never consider that the opposition actually change, and they came out at us. And I don't know, perhaps we get a bit caught cold. Funny enough, I was sitting with Callum Townley, and when the first goal went in, he actually said it's still within the window of conceding. Yeah. So basically, normally it's the first 15 minutes of the second half is when we're at our most vulnerable. And of course, he was spot on, wasn't it? Because they got two in that window.
I know.
So the only thing is that you can't say and complain about it without looking at the referee and decision he made for the free kick.
Well, I tell you what, can we focus on the referee separately, because that's going to be a separate talking piece.
Yeah. But then what I would say is we still got to defend that free kick, because if it been a genuine free kick, we wouldn't have had that excuse. So we still got to defend it, and we got to defend it better.
Yeah.
It highlights in a way as well the nonsensical new offside rule about phases. So he's either offside.
Suchek was keeping him onside.
Well, no, he was offside when the free kick was taken.
He weren't. Suchek was in.
As the ball was struck, he was offside.
Yeah.
Oh, was he really?
Half a yard.
Oh, right. Okay.
He wasn't interfering with play, though, was he?
So you're telling me buying a book. So you're telling me buying a book, he weren't offside though.
By the book, by the rules of football, he was not offside.
How can he not?
No, but the phase of play changes when someone touches the ball. If the ball had gone straight to Isaac from the free kick, he's offside. The ball's played into the middle. Head. Yeah. Alvarez heads it. Yeah, if a Newcastle player had headed it, he would have been offside. Yeah. But because it was Alvarez.
Yeah, but ain't a phase of play subjective, because that was all part of the same phase. It was the same
attack.
No,
because as a player touches the ball, the phase changes.
Oh, okay.
And also, the free kick was floated to the left-hand side of the box as we're defending.
Yeah, away from where Isaacson was.
Away from where Isaac is. Yeah. So, like Nigel said, if it would have hit an attacker's head, he would have obviously been off, or a Newcastle player's head, he would have obviously been offside. But it came off a West Ham player, Alvarez, and therefore he's not offside.
Right.
You know? So it's a bit of a grey area, but it's not really that grey. But
no, that's fine. But Rob, we've listened to Nigel fluff up while we're shit when we come out of second half, Mickey. Go on, why do you reckon it is? Why do you reckon we're slow when we come out after half time?
I think it's a case of. I think it's a case of. All right, like we was winning 1-0, so they never had to come out and do something.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that it was just a case of. I don't want to say sit back, because I'm a bit. I thought
we did sit back.
Yeah, like in half time, I thought to myself, I can't see anything but a win here. I thought we controlled the game.
Yeah,
we did.
And then the second half, it was just, what's going on here? It puzzles me, to be fair to you.
Because I mean, the big one that done me was Liverpool, because. You know, against Liverpool, it was even Stevens in that first half. It was almost like we'd found a formula to pacify them. You know, we were pegging them back, but we did come out differently. They came out a different team, but so did we. We all of a sudden weren't playing further up the pitch. But we weren't. We weren't getting anywhere near the ball.
No, but if you say, okay, so in the first half against Newcastle today, we were the better team, I think. And as Mickey, we've all agreed that. Yeah. So you could say that Newcastle started the game as a different team. So therefore, when the second half comes into play and they've been given a rocket up the arse, they then come out a different team. We automatically set back. Now, I know it's a common trait, but I'm only judging it by today's game. You wouldn't expect. I don't think you'd expect anything less from Newcastle after the way they played in the first half. But obviously, the argument is that we allowed them to. But I just think sometimes, listen, things like Sheffield United, I agree.
Did you notice Did you notice a tactical shift with? We're seeing it a lot, and I know he's getting better. But did you see the tactical shift with Howe, where he put who's their striker?
Isaac.
When he scored, Isaac. He went out onto Soufal. They did start to focus on Soufal in that second half. Yeah. They did.
But you don't expect, no matter how well Newcastle were motivated to come out in that second half, it doesn't matter what tactical shift he made. We could have been 3-1 down in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The arse fell out of our defence.
It was. I am sorry. We showed, okay, in the last, basically that game changed. It swung, okay. So they scored their 2 goals. Fucking fast forward through their 2 goals.
Yeah,
we scored we scored our 2 goals. We've had David Moyes on 75 minutes again, making the subs wait 5 minutes before they come on the pitch.
Yeah,
He's done it again.
70 to 75. Yeah,
70 to 75. They bring him on, and then in that last 15 minutes, Kudus comes on, right? Kudus lights up the fucking pitch, right? He lights up the pitch. He's popping up left, right, middle, up. He ain't listening to no instructions. He's trying to make a name for himself. That bloke. Hang on, 1 minute. But he's literally popping up all over the place. And we played in a way, in that last 15 minutes, we pegged Newcastle back. They was no longer a threat from that point. They weren't, because we had the ball and we were, for the last 15 minutes, the way that Newcastle were for the first 30 of that half, which proves that we've got players and we've got the ability within the squad to dominate a game with the ball.
I agree. I totally agree, right? What I wanted to say was it weren't just Kudus that was playing in a fluid position in that front three. Well, it was actually a front four in the end with Ben Rama on the other side. But Bowen, Paqueta and Kudus were all moving. No, they were very difficult to track. And Kudus was he did not put a foot wrong. I saw a stat earlier that he had 15 touches, right? 90 or 15, I don't know. Anyway, 90% success.
It was flawless.
The guy does not fuck up. And that,
he always looks like
goal,
he's going to fall over, though, doesn't he? Like,
yeah, low centre of gravity.
Yeah, he has got a low centre of gravity. He's very strong. And what he does is, he ain't one of these players who's prepared to just sit and wait for chances to happen. He went hunting for the ball. And he's done that 2 games running now.
Yeah. And go on.
Can I just go back to what you said, Nick, about that you said in the second half, Newcastle went on the wings. Why do you think they went on the wings? Why do you think they concentrated on Soufal and Emerson a lot more?
Because they weren't getting any joy through the middle at all, was they? They weren't cutting it.
Well, but also because I thought Emerson and Soufal first half were very good going forward. Yeah. So they've counteracted our game plan, which was working. So they've gone onto the wings to stop us
to peg us back. Yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately, tactically, Howe's got that bang on, didn't he? Because he nullified a lot of the threat, i.e. the first goal with Emerson and Paqueta. They was working very well first half. Yeah. And I've seen people say Paqueta's performance second half was awful, but he didn't have the outlet, i.e. Emerson, to work with as much because Emerson was being pegged back.
I thought he was going to fucking lever someone. He was getting the ump.
He was getting the ump, but he wasn't getting the joy because Emerson weren't able to support him as much. I felt.
No, he was getting the ump because he was getting fouled and he was getting fuck all. He was getting
the referee was shit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But I mean, how about yourself, Nigel? Look, you like the West Ham way. You like a bit of entertainment. Now, Nigel, Gary, you were in the stadium. Explain to me the atmosphere change in that last 15 minutes when Kudus came on right through to the end. Was it different? I imagine it was.
The thing is, Garino made a comment earlier, which was I've been waiting to say, is that Moyes told them to stand up and get ready on 63 minutes because I had to look at the clock. Yeah. But what happened is he went to bring them on and we got a corner. And obviously there's an old adage, you don't make subs at corners. But then what happened is that when the play carried on, it then ran up to our end and they got 2 or 3 corners in a row. And they're standing there. They stood there for about 7 minutes. Yeah. Waiting to come on, waiting for, because you didn't want to bring them on at corners because you didn't want to make sure. I thought, you know, I don't know if they'd have come on earlier. Perhaps we could have done something. I don't mind Kudus being a sub. But the way I see it is when the British and Irish Lions play rugby, they have a midweek team and they have a weekend team. And we are in, at the moment, 4 competitions. Oh, the FA Cup don't start till January. We're in the League Cup. We're in Europe as well. And let's face it, we want to win a cup. We ain't going to win the Premier League. We ain't going to finish top 4. And we'll be lucky to finish top 6. Yeah? So let's play our best football in the cup competitions. Let's do well in the cups. Let's do well now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look. Yeah. I agree, but let me go back to the original question that you dodged. What was the atmosphere? What was the atmosphere like in that stadium in that last 15 minutes? Just tell me compared to the rest of the game.
It was good where I was.
Yeah. No. In the last 15 minutes when we started attacking and we had the ball,
it was good.
We
were up with the game, but it wasn't a bad atmosphere all game. Even when we went down, I didn't hear no negativity.
No. But what I'm saying is, Nigel, it would be good to see. You've got to admit, we saw that for the last 15 minutes. We've clearly got the ability in the team to take the game.
But Nick, you're not going to play 90 minutes of football like that.
Other teams do.
What's other teams?
Newcastle, Liverpool, they all do. They're with the ball.
Newcastle didn't today.
They didn't today because they played the game of their lives on Wednesday and they were fucking exhausted. And they were 6 players.
But they had 1 day's rest more than us, Nick.
And but they were 6 players down as well, Nige. They were. They was there for the taking. They were today. I think we could have beaten them today. It was a fair result on the balance of play, 2-2. But I think we could have beat Newcastle today.
I think
we
Ross
could
is
have.
right. From where we were in the Bobby Moore Low, it was flat as a pancake for the first 20 minutes of the second half. We wondered what was going on, what it is. We're nearly 3-1 down after being 1-0 up and cruising. And well, I think you're right. It wasn't immediately after Kudus come on, but immediately started getting on the ball. The crowd got excited. Ben Rama got on the ball as well. Bowen really improved in the last 15 minutes. And also, Bowen finally seemed to think, oh, I've got someone to play with. Paqueta got a little bit of freedom as well. And the goal was so sweet. And something I noticed, right? I mean, first of all, Soufal played that ball into him and he gets an assist for that. But it was a good spot, to be fair. Played it back to him, and he's just taken one touch, not a very good touch, but one touch, bang, goal. Right, that is hitting it early is the sign of a very, very good.
Keeper's not
player,
ready.
right?
Keeper's
Exactly. Defender don't get a chance to come in. Now, when Antonio gets the ball, you know it's a kind of rhythm, right? He receives it, and then he moves, and then he shoots, and it's like one movement after the other. With him, receive the ball, bang, goal. Straight after that, all of our players started passing to Kudus, literally trying to find Kudus every time, right? And he was so good. He even done a double pirouette, which I think Paqueta will try and exceed. Paqueta will do a triple in the next game.
I do think there's going to be some entertainment coming from them two if we do get them on the pitch for a prolonged period. I think Paqueta and Kudus, if you get them two on the pitch,
Nigel, why are you being negative about what we could achieve in the league? Why can't we finish top 6, Nigel?
Because money will always rise to the top.
Well, we've got a world-class player in Paqueta. We've got potentially a world-class player. I mean, he ain't world-class yet.
Against the other teams. Come on, let's be sensible, people. We ain't going to finish top 6. We're not a top 6 team.
Yeah, but we've got the attacking flair, Nige, to go after teams. We really have. If you play the players and play the system.
Still, after over a long season, we're not going to finish top 6.
We ain't got to play with two defensive midfielders.
I know Nick thinks I'd just like kiss Nigel's arse, but I don't think we can finish top 6 either. Mickey, what do you think, mate? Be honest, be realistic. I know we've started well, and I know we'd like to think it, but I don't think we will finish in the top 6. Do you?
I think we've got the potential. I think we've got the players too.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was going to say.
I'm not going to go the next bit though, because, but we are the manager.
I don't know, but I think listen. I think you're right. No, for instance, can I ask you a question, Nigel? Question: yes or no? If we had Ange Postecoglou with this group of players and he had the same amount of time, let me just ask you: would Ange Postecoglou get this team in the top 6?
It's been 27 minutes before he mentioned it.
22 minutes.
I'm asking.
That's a tough question, Nick, because like you. I'm a big fan of Postecoglou.
Would he get us in the top 6?
And I would have. If we could have got Postecoglou in, I would have kissed goodbye to Moyes. Could he get us in the top 6? Not this season, but I reckon he would have done next season with even better players. Because this is what I'm saying is we're building something. I don't think this team defensively is good enough to finish in the top 6 because we're still shipping goals. I'll tell you what's good though, we're scoring goals. Do you know, only Liverpool, it's only the Liverpool game we've not scored first.
Yeah.
Every other game in the Premier League, we've scored the first goal.
I think that's the key, though, Nige. When Moyes tries to close out a game, and he's done it in countless games this season, let's face it, he even tried to do it against Freiburg.
We can't close a game out.
No, but hang on. He even tries to do it against Freiburg. 1-0 up, he tries to sit on it. He did it against Chelsea, Bournemouth, these today, several others, right? It's a repeating theme. He clearly has got faith in that idea that works. Now, you can do that.
Does actually. I don't think he does try to sit on a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, but Nigel, he clearly does.
Go back to Bournemouth.
He clearly does, Nigel.
He does. Game of the season, Nick.
Yeah,
come on.
But he did it the following week against Chelsea, Nigel, and we went 2-1 down. He did the same thing against Chelsea. Yeah. When we went, we went
3-1 against Chelsea.
That's right. They came back
on a 1-0 lead.
They came back to 1-1, and then in the second half, we got the 2 goals and went 3-1 up. But he tried to sit on the 1-0 lead. We went 1-0 up against them. It didn't work. They got a penalty, if you remember. They should have gone 2-1 up. Right?
Yeah, I know.
That was week after week. And so that has happened several times this season. So you can't tell me that he don't do that as a tactic because he clearly does.
I love this. People saying to me, sorry to interrupt, people coming back at me, going, this team's quality. Last year, this team nearly went down. Last year, 3/4 of you lot was sacking Moyes, because this was a shit team and he was doing fuck all. And now
this team,
to convince me this team is the top 6. We're top 6. We're on the verge of Champions League.
We've done
people.
Nigel. We've done sixth and
Nigel.
seventh. We've done sixth and seventh with this team.
We were
never-
shit last year in the league. We were
didn't have a
rubbish.
shit team. We just played shit. It wasn't
Yeah,
a shit
exactly.
Team. We just
Exa-
had
so-
good players.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will counter that, Nigel. This is a far better rounded team this year than it was last year because we've got three or four players.
Yeah,
through the
no,
door
it's a better
who
team
want to
also,
play.
but I'm telling you now, we still ain't finishing top six.
No, I don't.
I don't think we will, and there is a reason for that. But
There's six teams better than us.
Yeah,
And it ain't
yeah,
because
but
of
let's say-
David
I know,
Moyes,
and
mate.
there's a reason for that as well.
Yeah, because they got more money than us.
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah.
Hypothetically, let's
Well,
say
you say
David.
that. You say that, but someone just put in the chat, and I've missed it now. Sorry, I do apologise. But you say that, Nigel. But Newcastle apparently have spent less than us. Is that right?
Yes, they have. You go player for player in that Newcastle team to West Ham today. We're better player for player than Newcastle. Than what they had out there on that pitch today.
Spending and they'll outspend us and everything else. You know,
But
there's
we
teams
cannot.
below us waiting to come back. And at the end of the day, we're still behind Villa.
I think Man United are going to be waiting a while. Though they are shit,
Oh,
aren't they?
I think Man United. I think Chelsea. I think we've got a good chance of finishing above there or thereabouts. The only thing is, we all know what's going to happen. And me personally, I don't give a fuck about the league. Let's win a cup. After that, I don't want to wait another 43 years because I'll be.
Well, let's not have another relegation battle. That's all.
We're not.
No, we're not going to. We're not going to.
Saying. So
there are three promoted teams who are rubbish. Yeah,
we've got some nice games coming up after the international break.
Right. So, Nige, you disagree that you don't think Moyes tends to do this consciously, sort of sit back deep and defend. I do. But let's say hypothetically that is what he does. I think you covered it already. We do not have the defence to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I mean. But is there also something else that can be said, John? Right, you as a defender, if you have indeed,
can you put the word "great" in first, please?
But listen, if what you're saying is right, we haven't got the best defence at the moment. Is it then wise to play in a way that invites pressure onto that said weak defence?
And I sort of understand. I sort of understand what you've said in the past about Aguerd, who I sort of understand what you're saying, but in my mind, I sort of think, well, that's your fucking job.
He's been better though. He's been better.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he was at fault today for that goal because it was schoolboy defending to put your hand up and not play the whistle and literally switch off. Right? Let's be honest. That's what happened. It was a lapse in concentration.
Yeah.
You coach your boys. I know Freddie gets coached the same way. Don't stop. Don't play the whistle. Blah, blah, blah.
Play to the whistle. Yeah.
But the problem is I've got to put this up. This fucking wanker. Look, I bet Virgil could head the ball to Neptune.
He fucking could and all.
No, you're right in so much as you're saying we invite pressure on, it puts pressure on the defence, blah, blah, blah. But a defender's job is ultimately to defend. This is bread and butter. And the problem the problem with that is I get what you're saying, but then it counteracts their role in the team. They're centre-backs. They should be heading, kicking and fucking getting rid of absolutely everything. But the problem is the modern-day centre-backs generally are... the modern day player, the modern day centre backs. Look how much we loved Dawson because he was old fashioned.
Yeah,
he was old school.
but that's what we needed, I think. Whereas this year we went and got Aguerd and Kehrer because we was going to play a different way.
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care how you play. Your centre back pairing, in my opinion, you still need the old school and you need the one modern one alongside them. So to me, I'm just going to say that
isn't Zuma a bit old school though?
Oh, yeah.
He's a hoof merchant, isn't he?
He's a cripple.
But I don't think he's as dominant as Dawson was. I don't think he don't seem as verbal. He don't seem as vocal. I don't know with Zuma. I agree with you to some extent, but there's something missing with him. He doesn't still have that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He don't have that nasty side to him, I don't think. You know what I mean?
We've got Geordie in the chat. We've got Geordie in the
chat. He always follows us, old sniffer.
Yeah.
She said the cat.
There are 5 players out today.
Yeah, you said he ain't nasty. I'll
tell you what, Sniffer, because this is Sniffer, right? He said to me that Bruno Guimaraes was better than Paqueta. How about that after today, Sniffer? Though, come on, honestly, I will say, and I said it to you in response that Bruno is a pound shot Paqueta, and I'll stick by it.
let's
he's
talk about.
He's a good player. But
Let's talk about Bruno and the referee now. Yeah, shall we?
One second before we move into that, what I was going to cue it up. I won't talk about the game, but we had a kids' game today, under 15s, and it's been a nightmare this year. They're under 15s, they're full of testosterone. We've had minimum of 4 cards, 5 cards every game. It's been a fucking nightmare.
You need to rein them in. Bit of discipline,
it ain't just my kids, it's everyone else's. It's like a fucking battlefield, right?
Yeah,
referee today
teams reflect their managers, I thought, Nick.
No, but they come in. But the referee, right? He addressed them all. He pulled them all in, spoke to them all individually in individual groups. He said to him, right, do you know what a sin bin is? Yeah. Why'd you get put in a sin bin? So he went through all of that. He said, right, now listen. He said, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm human. But I'll tell you this much, I'm not gonna change my mind on something. He said, I don't mind you talking to me. He said, but if you give me any verbal or anything like that, you're off. I'm the boss in this game. I want it to be a nice. He basically addressed them all. He addressed them all well. 2 fiery teams, not one incident. Beautiful game, ran really, really well. And then, so you had that in the kids' game, and then what did we fucking see today in the Premier League? Honestly, Peter Banks. That has got to. That's going to go.
Again.
But that's going to go down as one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen. You know,
he was
so inconsistent. Everything he did.
Emerson. We're going to talk about though.
Go on.
We're going to talk about because the same thing happened in the Man City Arsenal game. Yeah. I bet all the people
I didn't watch it.
Focus on that. Kovacic should have been sent off. Exactly the same as Guimaraes.
Yeah.
2 bad challenges. The second one, he missed the ball, took Rice's ankle. Referee didn't give him a yellow card, but he'd already been booked earlier, and it was a yellow card challenge on its own. So that's what people are going to talk about. But that's exactly what happened. It's mad. It's
and yet yesterday, the midfielder Basuma for Spurs, he quite rightly got his second yellow for simulation.
Yeah.
How can you give a second yellow for simulation, which is right, by the way? But then when someone makes tackles like that on a second yellow, you give them a second chance. I mean, I don't get it.
It was ridiculous. On 18 minutes to do that, they were 2 yellow card fucking fouls, blatantly.
The co-commentator for Man City Arsenal, after that one Nigel mentioned, he said that the referees sometimes, if 2 yellow cards happen in quick succession, they let the next one off. It's like what? So they can have a judgment call. It's it's the same. It's effectively the same challenge, right? Because it happened shortly after. Load of nonsense. He bottled it.
But there was so many. He was contradicting himself throughout the game. You know, Emerson gets taken down by Bruno Guimaraes for the first yellow. His instant reaction is a card, yellow card. Fine. Fucking Almiron does it.
He done the same thing.
He done the same thing. Nothing. And that was right to the ref, right in front of the ref. Nothing. No reaction.
But the thing is, we all agree that Emerson should get booked. We all detest that.
Yeah.
But it's the consistency or lack of consistency.
Be consistent.
In not doing it to Almiron.
And there were so many. There was Paqueta getting clobbered in the fucking face. And the biggest one, the one that really pissed me off. I don't know whether you noticed. Even I got excited today when James Ward-Prowse got his fucking first free kick. You know, very, very close in. I had that Payet feeling. I must admit, I was like, "Ooh!" I thought he's going to fucking bang this in. Bit close.
That was your Ange Costa-Coglu feeling.
Yeah. But literally, the wall, right? The wall. He carded the Newcastle fucking players because they weren't 10 yards, right?
What play did he card though? There was 5 of them.
There was one card, and they were all moving forward.
They were all moving forward. But then, do you know what, Nigel? He didn't move them back. He left them standing there.
Yeah. I know.
So he didn't enforce it. They were 9 yards away. It's ridiculous, honestly.
They were 4 yards away to start with. Did you see him?
It's
moving back. Yeah, fucking mad.
It was. That's
there is a
hands
rumour.
down the worst.
You heard the rumour
performance
going around. You heard the rumour going around that Saudi have embraced him, and now he's known as Sheikh Peter bin Wanks. That's his new name.
Bin Wanks. Yeah.
He's definitely on their payroll. He's on their payroll after that.
It was bad. I mean, look. I know because Gary's normally the one that plays the victim card with referees. He's well known for it. He's always he does do that. But I must admit, today I'm thoroughly on board with that because the referee was shocking. So, Mickey, do you agree with that? He was bad, wasn't he?
I know you just said about the free kick and when they kept them moving forward, but still the worst one for me was still what led to their first goal. That was never ever
the free kick.
No, it wasn't. No, not in a million years. He won the ball.
Paqueta out-muscled him like fair, and it just if anything, it was a free kick on Paqueta than the other way around, and that was just. And it wasn't until I see his name, who it was,
Yeah.
Banks, and I realised, it's the famous Peter Wanks that we have
Peter
on
Wanks.
here.
Yeah.
So then
That's
it
why he
just
stayed
made
there.
sense then. But yeah, I thought he was shocking.
He was
Also,
bad.
it was Gomez who should have been on the pitch. Who took the free kick?
That's
He took
it.
the free
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean,
it was a battle between. Was
ultimately-
it Paqueta and Tonali? It was Paqueta and Tonali, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
And it was
Gnarly,
literally
yeah.
just. Paqueta did literally just outpower him.
He did. He sort of turned him that made Tonali lean on him. And
Yeah.
then that's when he took Paqueta down, if you like, but the referees give it the other way, which was just
Paqueta just allowed Tonali to fall over. He
Yeah.
just moved his body weight, and Tonali's where he was pushing Paqueta, he just did that where he sort of just spun him and just allowed him to fall over, and he skipped past him.
that's it.
It was a shocking decision.
It was.
Yeah. In this
Can
period,
we ban Sniffer? Can we ban Sniffer?
what was he saying?
You know what they say, Nick. The bigger and better teams always get the decisions.
Yeah, well, you've bought that referee and probably all the other referees as well. So as long as you ain't playing against Liverpool, you'll get all the fucking decisions, won't you? By the way, Nige, you're up near the fans, aren't you? The away fans, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're down the other end now. To us, they were stone quiet until they scored, and then afterwards, when we equalised, they sat down and shut up again. Is that how it happened?
Yeah, I mean, they did the usual, and it took all their shirts off and waved them in the air, but they soon put them back on.
Were they singing? Did they sing? We don't sold your soul for this shithole. When
they tried
they've
to
sold their
sing
soul
that.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
What do we sing back at them? What do we sing back at them?
You sold your soul for this beheading or something like that.
You have to overstep the mark, don't you, John? You have to go too far.
You're getting hung in the morning.
You lost your head, John. You lost your head.
In the morning. You're getting
started.
in the morning. Sorry, no politics. No politics.
But yeah, no. But I must admit, I'd say because go on.
Just quickly, did you watch the Arsenal Man City game? Who watched
I didn't see it.
Did you see? This is Arsenal to a T. They are so much trying to. It's like they're trying to replicate every fan base that's got a apparently good fan base. Did you see the Arsenal fans with their tops off in the game?
No, really?
Where's Wally? They was eating lentils with their tops off during the game. Like,
was this the Gashburton army?
I was just saving up for that one.
It's like they're trying to take every bit of atmosphere from every club and trying to amalgamate it into
The funny thing about that video is I first watched it without the sound on. Yeah. So then you watch it and you think, you fucking bunch of mugs. And then you turn the sound up and it was like being at an England game in the 1980s.
They've got a new anthem. They've got a new anthem. It's called something in North London, right?
North London forever.
Yeah, and they sing it at the beginning.
The
It's like Eddie Murphy, isn't it? Like Eddie Murphy.
It don't even make any sense, a fucking song. It's stupid.
North London forever. Where you from? Woolwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking north, isn't it?
What about Kai Havertz? You heard that they sing?
What, your shit?
No, you heard Mate, you've got to listen. You've got to try and find the Kai Havertz song. It is hilarious. It's so bad.
Well, they've actually made a song for him. He's been shit.
Yeah, half the song is just noise. They just go, ooh, shakalaka, shakalaka, or something like that. And then they go, £60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. He scored one fucking goal from the penalty spot.
Oh, God.
That's who you reminded me of when you just done that, Nick. Sexual chocolate from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, sexual chocolate.
Get the old glitz spray out.
Yeah. Bit of soul glow.
Looks like a walnut whip.
The Ashburton Ultras.
dear.
But no, I must admit, I am looking forward to that game at the end of the month. I am.
Yeah.
I am. Can't wait. Would you reckon, Nigel? I'll tell you, what's your prediction? Because I'm positive about that game. Are you confident for the Arsenal game in the Cup?
What, the cup? Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, they'll Arteta will put out probably 8, 9 different players. It'd be interested to see if Rice plays actually, but their form is that they'll do that in the League Cup. And
you want to play.
Our cup team though is I think
Strong.
better than their cup team.
I think we're doing. I'm just surprised. I was a bit upset. I was a bit upset.
Sniffer's
got me tickets today for a tenner.
Yeah, sorry about the singing, Gary, but we lost our voices playing Chamsy.
Going back and forward.
Bit harsh.
Great comeback. You fucking cheeky bastard, you.
I'll tell you what.
Man.
I'll tell you what. I watched a YouTube channel, Geordies earlier. Two Geordies, a bloke and a woman, a bloke and a woman. And she said on the street. Now I couldn't hear you down the other end, other than when you scored, mate. Right? You quiet, right? And she said the stream I was watching is all I could hear for 90 minutes was the Geordie boys singing. They didn't fucking sing.
Where was she from?
Yeah, I know.
Rochdale.
She's from Torremolinos.
I smoked tabs.
No, but I will.
Worst Geordie accent I've ever heard.
I will say, look, and this is indifferent because they did get a bit of grief for their reaction to. I mean, some they were immense in that game, like the fans were in that PSG game. And the fans have been chastised for fucking cheering tackles and going mental whenever a tackle went in. That is fantastic. Honestly, it was that was the fans got a fucking 11 out of 10 for that night.
Geordie from Bangladesh.
Mate, they're trying to create a cauldron. They're trying to put the PSG players off.
No, actually, I'll tell you what though. To be fair,
it was brilliant.
They've always had that level of support.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the thing.
You can't understand them, though, when they're singing. That's the only problem.
No. I remember the first time up there, it was one of the maddest things I'd ever seen. A geezer jumped over the, it was in the 80s. Do you remember Harry Enfield? So it was about the time Harry Enfield first did it on Friday Night Live. And this West Ham fan's got a load of money. He's going, loads of money. And the Geordie fans, no lie, with a cigarette box shoved up his sleeve, was going, bugger all money.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Fuck. Yeah. Like, you are mad. They were actually celebrating, had fuck all money up there.
Yeah.
I still prefer Sunderland, though, Sniffer.
I like Sunderland.
Proper shipbuilding team.
Sniffer's just fucking unsubscribed. Cheers, Nigel.
Yeah. We ain't lost Sniffer, have we? I like him.
Sacrilege, that is. But no, should we? Let me get the player ratings. Go for a few comments, John. I haven't got the player rating screen ready yet.
Okay, I'll get some of the comments up. Bear with me, please.
Ooh, Paul Sullivan. That's a sore subject. I'll tell you what. I'm surprised that's been forgotten. That.
What's that?
Yeah. Down the bottom, the petrol bomb. Yeah.
The petrol bomb.
Oh, go on, fill me in. I don't know about that. What's that?
1978, I believe.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans petrol bomb the West Ham end in
St James's Park.
St James's Park, yeah.
Language.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a couple of fans obviously got done with caught fire, and it's amazing that it ain't really spoke about. There's still photographs of it though. You can see that the petrol bomb. I mean, imagine that, a petrol bomb.
Yeah. Well,
Sullivan,
washing, isn't it, Nigel? Now it's guys are in charge.
Yeah, it was. That was.
Paul Sullivan was there.
Alex Chapman says you can't have an English club owned by Saudi Arabia and then the Saudis have their own league. At some point, it will flare up.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
And send referees to referee in Saudi Arabia.
We can send our referees over there. Fucking send them over there.
Should we?
Oh, cheers, Paul. Welcome aboard.
Nick,
Paul.
Nick, you ain't spoken about this much this week. Bowen signs contract till 2030. No buyout clause.
Brilliant.
No, I know.
Absolutely brilliant news.
Do you want an exclusive?
Go on
Well,
in.
no.
It's exclusive. The rumoured buyout clause that caused the big desertion was going to be fault. It was Bowen's team wanted to put a clause of £40 million.
Yes. It makes no sense.
Yes.
It does. It does. No. Well, because obviously they, for whatever reason, and if you look at the team that's chased Bowen and look at who Bowen's agents are, you can put 2 and 2 together and get 5, but you might make 4 as well. Okay. Yeah, because his agent happens to be the brother of Trent Alexander-Arnold or whatever. That's his brother. Okay. Yeah, okay, but Liverpool are the team chasing him. If he signs a new contract, that shows willing. If you put a clause in, 40 million sell on, Well,
Hang on
they'll
a minute.
soon have the word out, and the chances are that.
Was he?
And West Ham didn't it? No, we weren't putting it on him. He was trying to put it on us.
He was trying to put it
Well,
on.
No, hang on a minute.
Nigel, hang on, one second, John. John, 1 second. Can we clear it up? It wasn't bollocks for a start, was it, Nigel?
No, that's
So how's it gone?
Thank
So
you.
how's it gone from a 40 million buyout to no buyout then?
Because I reckon Nick breaking the story. There's a couple of things that could have happened.
I think it getting leaked might have put pressure on someone.
Also, he got into the England squad, so he might have thought, I'm all right here. Also, he played up front the other night with Paqueta and Kudus, so he might have thought, I don't know, quite fancy this.
I just think his father-in-law's got him by the fucking throat. And
that's what I reckon happened. That's what I reckon happened. I reckon Danny's been watching Claret and Booze. He saw Nick and he was fucking steaming. And then he ran their house, slammed him up against the wall, said, "You signed that deal, son."
You think?
Or we've gone to him. We'll make you the highest paid player in the club's history.
Yeah.
That's
if
more
you
likely.
sign this contract, but don't have a buyout clause.
But
I reckon that's what Sullivan's done.
Yeah,
I reckon he's
But then the 40 million buyout demand clause, whatever it is, by his representatives, might have been to force the hand because I couldn't believe.
Negotiation. I don't criticise them for it. They're trying to do the best for their client.
Yeah, quite rightly. I couldn't believe how low down the pecking order he was on wages, if I'm honest, because he's probably been our most
13th lowest. 13th lowest.
When you think about it, that's for what he's done, the goals he scored and things like that. I think.
Can I just answer Bulldog?
Go on.
Yeah, he said, I need to buy painter's tape. Hold on.
No wonder that kitchen ain't finished. Shut up, Bulldog, you muppet.
I'm surprised that came off. Nigel, I'm surprised that came off. How long that's fucking been stuck in
that
that
glass. It's only been there about 3 weeks.
You know what?
I've been busy living in Plymouth during the week. Fucking hell.
It's quite interesting that Nigel must have bored him so much he was looking at his paintwork.
Yeah. But clearly that is it. I mean, the thing is, now the more I'm thinking about it, because it's broken that it's a 6.5 year deal.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a 6.5 year deal, I don't think that there's going to be a release clause in that now, is there? Not really, because you wouldn't sign for
the word coming out is there isn't, but we don't.
Yeah.
Know.
Well, we won't know because Sullivan ain't going to advertise to the world that there's a release clause in there.
But there'll still be a release. There'll still always be a release clause where the club will go, you know what, we can't turn that down. Do you know what I mean?
Every player's got every player's got a price on it.
Value, yeah.
And I still believe when a player reaches their peak value, like Declan Rice, as much as it hurts, you should trade them, right? You should trade them. Otherwise, it comes down the other side. Obviously, Bowen is one of them who could end up staying with us for the rest of his career. So maybe it don't count for him. But, Paqueta, he's going to be at the end of this season worth a lot. There'll probably be more than Man City interested in him at the end of this season.
Do you think there's any way, John, that we could offer Paqueta stupid money and get him to stay?
You could always offer him stupid money. Of course you could.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's worth it, isn't he? He's worth stupid money, isn't he?
No, of course. Technically on paper he is, but he's only worth for someone to buy for him, pay for him. If the rumours are to be believed that obviously City were coming in for around 100 million for him, and if he improves again this season, then
he's got an 85 million release clause at the end of the year.
Right.
Yeah, but you need bids.
You could persuade him
away with it,
but you're going to have to pay him big fucking money.
Yeah,
he got away with it. For the fan base is look at the embrace.
Yeah,
that told me all I needed to know.
The embrace.
With the embrace.
Oh, Pep with Pep. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Talking of the embrace, did you see Zuma and Kudus doing a kind of some sort of dance when he scored?
No.
Obviously, big African brothers. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Down by Dan Aaron.
Don't do the African accent for fuck's sake.
Zuma's
I can do that. I could get banned.
Zuma's French, Gary.
No, but obviously he's
African heritage.
No, he's not.
Yeah. He's French. He's French.
Yeah, no. He got a French passport.
Yeah.
I don't even care about that embrace, to be fair. I'm going to be absolutely gutted when Paqueta goes.
Yeah, I am as well. I think Paqueta is one of them players that I have fallen in love with a little bit, and I don't think there's really, unless he went to Spurs, there isn't really much he could do to make me not love him. I think he's going to be like like a Tevez type character. I feel like Paqueta. I just feel like I'm privileged to have him playing for West Ham at the moment. That's how I feel about Paqueta at the minute. Yeah, that genuinely is. Do you know what I mean?
He ain't no Payet though, is he?
He's a different type of player. Different type of player.
Well, I think I've never seen a player like Paqueta with that much flair and that much skill and that much filth all in one player. I've never seen it.
One minute, John. I want to ask Nigel this one question because we asked everyone else it last week because this was when Gary triggered this debate. Okay, Paqueta and Payet. How about putting Payet in David Moyes' team? Would he be the same player, Nigel?
Yeah, he would be because he was.
He never ran back. He never tracked back.
Yeah.
No, I know.
He wouldn't.
He never does in any team he's played for. So actually, he would still be.
But would Moyes play him?
Yeah, because I think he's what he brings to the team. He brought more goals than Paqueta does.
You're a dreamer. You're a dreamer. There's no way. If he didn't track back once, he'd be off.
No, he was actually Paqueta is the only time in my living memory that we've had the best player in the entire Premier League.
Payet, you mean?
Payet, yeah,
absolutely. Go on, Mickey. What was you going to say?
I agree with that. I agree.
No, I was just going to say I can't see with Paqueta. I think he's got a different mindset where like he's sort of like I'll do what I want to do to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But with Payet,
get that off the fucking screen before he does it.
Behave yourself.
Yeah, get up. Go on, sorry, Mickey.
That's what that's done me. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
I don't think Payet would have been as good in the David Moyes system as what he was under Bilic. That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, but do you not think Payet was very much? I'll do what I fucking like.
Not really. So, I think that Bilic give him like a free rein.
I think he did.
But there's also an argument to say he give him free rein because he knew he wouldn't track back anyway.
Yeah,
like he's a sort of player. You know, Di Canio, Payet, very similar, where they probably wouldn't follow instructions, not because they're being a problem for the manager, just because they believe in their ability so much that they don't want to do the shit stuff going back.
But John,
which is a great thing.
No, it is. But this is why I think the problem is that if you had the Moyes, he wouldn't. I don't think
Moyes.
The Moyes, yeah.
The
Moyes. I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would accept it. I'd say here's another question: do you think there's any way, and you could be successful with it? Could you fit Payet, Paqueta, and Di Canio in the same team?
Yeah, of course you could.
Oh, you'll find a way. You'll find a way.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. Fucking hell.
Only if Billy Bonds was behind them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could build a stadium wall behind them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And say, go and do your thing. Go and enjoy yourself.
How good would that be, though? How good would that be?
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
See, the only thing is, this thing, Di Canio and Payet won games on their own. I'm sorry, I've not seen Paqueta do that. Paqueta's
he won us a cup on his own. His passes that he sees, that's winning the game.
I'm sorry, he didn't.
Nobody else
winning
could
the
play
game.
that pass, Nigel. Nobody else could play that pass.
No, Bowen was the man that finished it.
He was.
They turned up the Canio and Payet.
Do you know what I've noticed about Nigel?
Themselves.
Nigel respects goals and goalkeepers, and everyone in between is irrelevant. That's what I've noticed. So you either score or you save.
Goals are fun, Nick. Goals are fun.
He loves it when a goalkeeper assists a striker.
Oh, fucking brilliant, mate. Long ball roof up the field, bang in the goal.
On that today, Areola, did you see when he spotted a massive hole in defence and launched the ball forward to Antonio, and Antonio didn't see it until it was nearly with him?
He done the same with Paqueta, Gary, and Paqueta controlled it.
Yeah. But what a throw, though. He almost would have been in on goal if he'd have read it.
I'll put myself down the bottom. John can go up the top.
Yeah, but Nick, I think we all know that Antonio hasn't got as good touch and control as Paqueta.
No.
Well, you reckon, John? You reckon?
No.
No, I know, but Nick went. Antonio didn't see it and do it. And Paqueta just did it without even.
Antonio didn't even react to it.
Who was the subs today? Was it just Benny and Kudus?
Benny and Kudus, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
The thing is with Paqueta for me is that everything he does almost seems in slow motion. It's because he makes it look so easy and he makes it look so effortless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. He's got all the time in
the
the world
most-
because
Yeah.
he sees everyone
Yeah.
around him, so he knows what he's going to do with the ball the minute he receives it.
Yeah, he's a great
Yeah.
player. He's getting better
Right.
as well.
Let's get into these player ratings. Right, John. Start with you at the top. Areola.
He had a handful of decent saves. I think his kicking was a little bit over the place at times, personally.
Well, he ain't a midfielder, is he?
What's that,
Oh,
mate?
is it, Nigel ain't going to
Fucking
criticise him for
goalkeeper.
distribution.
He ain't a
He ain't gonna
midfielder, is
criticise
he?
him for
Well, hang on a
Save
minute.
the ball.
Hang on a minute. Fucking Aaron Ramsey's been dropped at Arsenal because he can't use his feet. Nick Pope gets stick because he can't use his feet. Joe Hart's
They're
ended
not
up playing
supposed
in
to use their
Scotland because he
feet, mate.
can't
They're
use his
fucking
feet.
goalkeepers. This is the problem.
John,
6
do me a
out of
fa-
10.
John,
6 out of 10.
Oh.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, do me a favour. Score it like a normal person would score a goalkeeper in the modern era, not like Nigel would.
I'm scoring him 6. He had
That's
an
it,
average
6.
game. He done some good saves, but I think his distribution from kicking, especially, was a bit all over the place. Personally, I'm sorry. I can see people in the chat going.
What
7
about the
8.
2 throws? What about the 2 throws? The two magnificent bits of distribution.
Well, one of them he fucked up because Antonio couldn't control it
Well,
properly.
he didn't. That was Antonio didn't even read it. He got nowhere near it.
I'm giving him a 6. Don't try and change my mind.
6.5.
6.
No,
Right.
There's no decimals. There's no decimals.
Proper defender always let his keeper down behind him. Go on.
Right,
Football,
Nigel.
yeah.
Nigel, Vladimir Sufel.
I'll take over the thing.
He
Oh,
wasn't outstanding today. I think he got pegged back a bit. Didn't
did.
get forward. I suppose 6 is fair for Kufal.
Yeah.
Oh, if we're scoring Areola 6, he deserves a 5.
No, Nigel, stand up for yourself. Mark it as you want to mark it. Don't be swayed by the crowd and me.
6.
Yeah?
He had an assist as well. He had an assist, Sufal.
4 in a row, 4 assists in a row in
Yeah,
the Premier League.
but he is a defender, isn't he?
Yeah. That's it. Mickey. Kurt Zuma.
Oh, that's a tough one, really. I don't remember him doing loads, but I don't remember him.
He didn't do anything
bad
wrong, I
either.
don't think. He didn't do any fuck. There was no fuck ups, no.
No, there weren't no fuck up and that. I think he was all right. I think that he got his head to a couple of balls. I think he was the better one out of the two of them.
Yeah.
Centre backs for me.
Yeah.
And the way these scorings are going, I probably.
Don't be swayed, Mickey.
No, I ain't. But I'm stuck between a 6 or a 7.
As per the scoring matrix, 6 is average, 7's above average, 5 is below average.
Well, do you know what? I only just found out I can see comments. So I've not been watching comments all the time. But so I've just seen 6, the majority. I'm going to go with that for 6, I think, as an average.
Someone said 9.
Yeah, that's
Someone said 9?
Yeah, that's mental.
Fucking hell. That's an upside down 6. Right.
He must be French.
Yeah.
Have you noticed we've got a lot? Have you noticed we've got a lot of Ghanaian fans on Twitter now?
Yeah, welcome Ghanaian fans. Yes,
Yeah.
we
I
have.
do
We've got a
welcome
few.
them.
We've got a few on
I
our
do
channel now.
welcome them. However, all of a sudden they know West Ham inside out. I mean, I find that amazing. You know.
I find them a little less aggressive than the Ben Rama Algerian fans. They're quite nice. The Ghanaians. So yeah.
Back in the day, remember that Nick used to get
Right. Mind you, they probably won't be if he ever gets a bad score on this channel. Then it will probably all go fucking Pete Tong, won't it?
Yeah.
Gary, Naif Agüer.
You know what? First half, Agüed I thought was magnificent. I thought he was really, really good, back to his best. But then again, he had no pressure on him. As soon as the heat got turned up in the second half, I do kind of blame him for the second goal. So really, you got to take it on balance. An average of, I'm going to give him a 5.
3.
or
Someone
6.
gave him a 3.
A 5. I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah,
I've got to mark him
he's got
down for the
5s and
second
4s.
half.
Yeah,
Because it's like we always say, he's brilliant. He's a great player, but the lapses in concentration cost goals.
Right. Emerson is fast turning into my favourite left back in recent memory, post Julian Dix, I would say. He ain't no Dixie, but I tell you what, I loved Cresswell, but he's so dynamic. He offers us so much. He's fucking brilliant. I've never got a player so wrong as what I've got him. And so many people say that because
you got him wrong.
I bet you had, Nick.
No. Wall Prowse, I said he was a one-trick pony and he could only take a set piece. At least I gave him some credit. Emerson, I gave none. No credit at all. So
Brazilian Masuaku, you called him.
He's brilliant. I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going with Trini. I think he's outstanding. up and down the fucking wing. His link-up play with Paqueta, the assist for the first goal. I think he's class. He's aggressive, but he's not stupid. I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
agree.
Really good player. Right, back up to John. There you go. Good luck with this one. 8 passes in the first half, 33% success rate, but he did score a goal. Thomas Souček. Literally, do you know the stats were right? How can you run 6.5 kilometres and only touch the ball 8 times? How is that even possible?
Well, it shows willing, doesn't it? It shows willing. Look.
To be fair though, Nick, in that first half, he was fundamental in that press, right? Because he was covering all the ground in front of the at top of midfield.
He was covering a lot of ground, Gary. 6.5 kilometres in one half of football.
Yeah, I know.
He's covered a lot of ground. Definitely.
What I'm saying is, it was a great first half, Nick, and he was important to that.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, he was amazing. Right, John.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a brilliant finish. I thought it was a brilliant finish. Look, Andy Walsh here says he was running away from the ball. Look, he's always going to split the fan base, isn't he?
Yeah.
He scored a goal. Yeah, it was an open goal. Couldn't miss it. Blah blah blah. But apart from that,
didn't we look good when he came off? Didn't we?
Yeah, I'd have to give. Listen. If he didn't score, I'd probably give him below average, but I can't because he scored. And I know it was an easy goal, whatever, but I'll give him a 6 if I'm honest.
6. That's fair enough.
I know a lot of them might like that, but I'll give him.
Right.
Do you think that there's anyone that can't do what he's doing at the moment? Like
Mo Farah could do what he's doing at the moment.
You're fucking wrong, I tell you. He scored in every tournament. He scored it. I couldn't play midfield, mate. I couldn't have the ball. I tried to play midfield and fucking hard. When you're a goalkeeper, you see everything in front of you. And when you play up front, you see everything behind you. When you're midfield, it's fucking flying about everywhere.
What you're saying is you were like the original traffic cone, exactly like Souček.
Well, we all know most shit footballers end up in goal. We all know that.
No, that's the fat kids, John.
Nigel
kids went in goal, and I proved them wrong. Yeah,
Nigel, we had a player that plays at right back playing for us today, and he had to fill in for someone in midfield. I put him in midfield for the first half. He came up for me after 25 minutes. He went, "For fuck's sake, Nick." He said, "Please put me back and full back." He said, "I don't know what's going on."
No, mate. I did it once, and it was like, nah, not doing it.
Right, Nigel, the one-trick pony for you.
Well, Prowse. Well, he had his chance to beat Beckham's record, and he put it over the bar.
Yeah.
Still good delivery from corners and everything. I thought he was. He wasn't average. He was above average. So 7. Wasn't outstanding or very good.
It was one of his. I thought it was one of his quiet.
It was quiet.
Yeah,
not overly
but there was a lot of midfield. You know that like Newcastle have got a lot of good midfielders as well.
Yeah, and he did. It was him and Alvarez did keep them quiet. Didn't they?
Do a lot of running.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Alvarez, Mickey, I particularly enjoyed Alvarez just kicking shit out of people and not getting booked for it. I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed that today.
He did that a few times, didn't he? He did that a few times.
Yeah.
You'd be gutted, though, if you had him down for a yellow card in Uaca, wouldn't you?
Fuck, you would be. He definitely deserved a yellow.
Well, Nigel, I didn't know. I had him on my builder bet. I had him for a yellow card.
It's got to be. Are you allowed to bet on Paqueta yet for yellows? Because I saw he's been removed. You're not allowed to bet.
Well, he ain't allowed to bet on Paqueta for yellows. Nor any of his family.
Because I did, after the betting scandal, I thought, let's jump on this. There's got to be something in this. So I tried to find Paqueta in the yellow card.
No, you can. But right. the odds are shit on it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
It's terrible.
He was... He did contribute to their equaliser a little bit, Alvarez, but he didn't mean it.
Gary, this ain't your score.
Oh, sorry. I'm overside. Sorry, Mickey.
No, you're all right, mate. I don't think that was his fault, though. I don't know what else he could have done with that.
It's not his fault. He edited it the wrong way, mate.
He could have edited it out, Mickey. That's what he could have done. That's what else he could have done.
Listen, where's he supposed to edit? Where's he supposed to edit?
Yeah, Gov, I edited it the wrong way, but it weren't my fault. Mass murder. covered in blood, coming out with an axe. It weren't my fault, mate. I took his head off.
Listen, I'm East Londoner. That's what we say. Ain't my fault, mate. Weren't me.
Typical East Ham. Typical East Ham.
I think he was quality today.
Do you know what? I think he's got such a good pass on him as well.
Yes, he has.
Like, that's just, not say surprising, but I know a few Chelsea supporters, and they was linked with him, weren't they? Yeah. And they were saying, "Oh, we don't like. He's just an average player, can't pass." And I didn't know nothing about him. But how wrong were they? I think he's fucking brilliant. So I'll give him an 8. I think an 8.
Yeah, I agree with that. John, I saw somebody put 7.5. We don't do decimals. Do that again. You're blocked, right? No 9.5s.
Anyone put?
I don't want to say it's because of them, but since Alvarez and Kudus have left Ajax, they're now bottom 3.
Yeah, no, I noticed
third
that.
from bottom in the Dutch league.
Did you say 7, Micky?
8. I said for
8. Yeah, he was good. He was good today, definitely.
Are they really, Nige?
They're third from bottom. They got beat by Alkmaar.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
we bought their best players, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right. I need to start putting some sexy music on when we talk about Lucas Paqueta. Gary,
it's your chocolate. Lucas Paqueta was absolutely outstanding in the first half. Hideously outstanding. Some of his skills. Maybe I want to take some tissues to football in future, just in case. Right? He was superb in the first half, as he always is. Every game, he's really consistent, game in, game out. He weren't so good in the second half, but he definitely weren't crap. I thought it was like a sort of a 9 in the first half, and probably a 6 in the second half. So I'm going to go for 7 or an 8. What will it be? I'm going to go for an 8. I'm going to go for an 8.
I think if Alvarez was an 8, he was an 8, definitely.
Yeah.
By
the way, very quickly, Zuma was born in Leon. It was his parents who came over from the Central African Republic, which is a landlocked state just to the right of Sudan. I was just to the left of Sudan. Anyway, sorry.
Are you reading Wikipedia, or you knew that?
Yeah, I'm reading Wikipedia.
Once known as the Congo, I believe.
No, it's not. It's not the Congo.
What?
Gary tried to pass that off as his knowledge.
I believe it was.
You reckon?
Yeah, I believe that was part of the Congo. Look it up. Look what it used to be called.
Go on.
Congo. That was a drink, wasn't it?
No,
that's some bongo. They drink it in the Congo.
They drink it in the Congo. They drink it in the Congo. Now all your Ghanaian fans are leaving.
Yeah, thanks, Nigel. Fuck's sake.
Why?
Lost Newcastle fans. Right. Bowen. I'll take Bowen. He did a lot of off the ball work in the for the first 65 minutes, I'd say, but he only came to life when we made the subs. We did that. He's another one. I know he's great on the counter attack, and he does score goals and he gets assists, but I think I just think he would excel more if we played in a different way. He didn't excel today. I thought he was pretty much anonymous, to be quite honest. I'm going to give him a 6. It was an average game. His best moment was right at the end of the game when he chopped inside, flashed that ball across the goal, and either Alvarez or Benny probably would have got on the end of that if Pope hadn't got a touch to it.
Actually, I disagree, Nick. I think his best moment was before the game when he signed his new contract.
Yes, that was. Yes, that was. But no, but I think that was. I think an average game for Bowen. By Bowen standards, I think it was an average game.
Was it him who nearly set up the winner right at the death?
Yeah,
yes, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
When Ben Rama didn't bottle it at all. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that was but that was Pope. Pope got his hands on it. He knocked it away from him.
He could have been fucking throwing himself at that ball. Yeah. Anyway,
all this Ben Rama hate. Going to lose the Algerians next. Fuck's sake.
You know Bowen. Right. You know Bowen's got a pay rise now, right? Do you think his missus will stop doing them fucking surf adverts because they fucking drive me nuts?
Who's ever used the word perf? Has your missus ever used the word perf?
People who live there.
No, but it is a Towie sort of thing, isn't it? A Towie sort of language.
Yeah, but he's from Custom House.
Nick made a joke, everyone.
Right. Okay. Right. I had Bowen, so John's got an awkward one. Mikel Antonio. Oh, a moral dilemma. I don't think he was. People have slammed him. I don't think he was terrible today.
I think he was terrible today. I think he was terrible.
No, look, he ain't trained all week. He caused a lot of trouble.
He was carrying a knock. He was carrying a knock, and he was playing inside himself. Sorry, John, it's your player.
No, go on. Say what you're going to say. It's fine. Go on. Say.
Well, that's what he was. He was playing inside himself. He wasn't putting himself about too much because he was protecting himself. That's my feeling.
He weren't playing inside the defenders, was he?
No, he wasn't. No, I thought it was crap. But there you go. He played a part in the first goal, though. He played a part in our first goal.
Go on, John.
Yeah, look, I'm a big defender of him, of course I am, but I mean, I think he was pretty poor today, wasn't he? I'd have to give him a 5. I'm not going to give him a donkey's head because, as Gary said, he ain't trained. He's not particularly 100% fit, which leads me to question again, if he's not fucking 100% fit and he ain't trained all week,
why is he playing?
Why is he still being thrown in at the fucking deep end so he can get slagged off again by the fan base?
He was literally fucked by the time he came off, wasn't he?
He got a clap all the way around the pitch. He didn't get slagged off by the fans, to be fair. So did
would you say, John? Did you say 5 or a 6?
Yeah, 5, mate. Not by the fans in the ground, but on social media and all that. Right, it's fine.
Yeah.
People are entitled to their opinion, but it's once again. Look, I said this 18 months ago when he just throws him in and just fucking persists with. It's like abuse of him, really, because sometimes he's just feeding him to the walls. He's making himself look a shit player because he's not. He shouldn't be on that pitch today. He's not 100%.
But he might have wanted to play. He might have gone to Moyes. I want to play. Put me on the pitch.
It's not the point, Nigel. Listen, the responsibility. Every player will never say they're injured. Every player wants to play.
Not now. He's got his big contract, Nigel. I reckon he'll be all right.
See that? All that slander. I hate all that crap.
You listen. You know I'm a defender of Antonio. I'm joking.
Yeah, but who offered him the contract? Just the club. So he ain't going to say no, is he?
I know. I do think that you should. I do think you should offer contracts based on what players can do over that next duration of time, as opposed to what they have done. I think that's what contracts should be offered based.
I don't disagree.
You know, and he ain't going to get no better as time goes on, is he?
No.
Right, Ben Rama. There's a good one for you, Nige. Right, you've lost me Ghanaians. You've lost me. Come on,
Moroccans next.
Algerians are going to love me, aren't they? I listen. He came on the pitch. I thought he ran on well.
It was a great run on, wasn't it? Great run.
What else did he do?
He missed the chance.
That sitter at the end.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, he donked him.
He
Dunked him.
Chance to be a hero there. Chance to be a hero. He could have won the game. He should have won the game.
Yeah, I know. Right. Now the big one. I think we'll all say a little bit on this, but this is falling on Mickey. So Mickey, tell me what you thought about this geezer when he came on off the bench. He had a point to prove. Did he prove it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he saved us. I think, obviously he did. He scored the goal, but I mean, he just give us an uplift into. Yeah. It was just fantastic. I didn't think he put a foot wrong. Everything he done was spot on. I think, he was. I want to give him a 9, but I don't know if you can do that.
You can. But you can. His impact.
It's a 9 for the time he was on.
You can't go. You can. You can't give him a 9, man.
Why can't you give him a 9?
You can give him a score for the time he was on. If that was 9 for 15 minutes.
After what John just said, I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, well done, Mickey.
Well played.
Right, so he's back in his box.
I think that's very well deserved. I'll tell you what, we'll go through and we'll start at the top again. John, tell me about Caduce. What did you think of him?
He was fantastic when he came on. Absolutely,
he was unreal,
fantastic when he came on. And I think that what you've seen is that he can influence a game. But the problem is going to be is that we ain't going to see him given the opportunity to start for a while yet in the Premier League.
Nigel don't care though. He's happy him only getting 5 minutes at the end of the game. He don't care, Nigel.
I listen. He plays in the cup games. Fantastic. Keep him in the cup games.
Oh yeah, against Lincoln.
Well, why not?
But Nigel, he's probably I'd say our second or third best player.
But what I'm saying is, we get people moaning you can't overplay these players. Apparently, they can't play 60 games a season anymore. even though they used to smoke,
Why
play
does-
on shit
why does-
pitches,
why
eat
does he
steak as a pre-match meal and play 60 games a season back in the day. But football's so much better nowadays, they can only play 30 games a season. So
why does he have
me-
a play Souček then? Why does he have a play Souček?
He ain't complaining
Well,
about playing
just-
time, Kudos. Playing too much, is he?
Apparently, a pre-match meal with potato salad means you can run a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what though, yeah, and I was meant to say this last week, but you know when people saying about Kudos is going to get fed up with the amount of game time he's getting and that.
I don't think
Yeah.
he is.
But I don't think he's. But do you think
Get it off the
that
screen.
it's going to be Paqueta's replacement? Because I do honestly think he's going to go.
Yeah.
So is that earmarked for him? Like to be
Maybe.
the replacement for Paqueta? I don't know.
I thought it was good with Freiburg. Didn't we play up front with Bowen? That's the description I had. Where a front two, it was like we had a 4-4-2 against Freiburg. We could do some Bowen up front, and that for me looked to be a fantastic position for him.
It looked good, and also Paqueta was just behind him, so it was like a front three.
Yeah,
right?
When he comes on, he always gets put wide right, and they move Bowen up front.
I know.
Well, didn't Paqueta go up front again today for a little bit?
Yeah, he didn't go wide right today, but in fact, he was floating. Kudos. He got down the right once, if you remember, didn't he? He got down the right once, but other than that, he was playing very central. I thought.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Nick, your graphics are getting slated, mate. You're letting the side down. Look, when will Kudos get his own shirt on the
your away shirt?
Do you know, no, that's his Ajax away shirt. But you know what? I'm happy for it to stand out because he does stand out. I know, but he stands out. It's good. I don't mind it.
I'll tell you what. Can I just say, like his stats today was, I think he came on 15 minutes normal time to go. So he had 21 minutes on the pitch. He had 8 minutes standing on the touchline. One shot on target, one key pass, 15 touches, 10 passes, 90% passing accuracy. That is his stats for fucking 21 minutes on the pitch.
Yeah,
you know, he is potentially like that guy that I listened to when we were signing him. He said he's on the verge of being an elite footballer.
Yeah, he's going to be.
You don't leave elite
fantastic
footballers on the bench, right?
Well, no, but you bring them in. The thing is, we've seen it time and time again with players. You can't just throw them. You can't just throw them in, especially when they've come from outside.
Why wasn't he ready though, Nigel? He just scored a hat trick for Ajax a week before he joined us.
No one's ready.
Alvarez played for the same team, Nigel.
Well, you know, listen, I don't have a problem with him drafting him in. No, what I'm saying is, I'm quite happy.
Straight in, son. Straight in.
Yeah. He's a donkey, isn't he?
You're a clogger. You're a clogger. Going in, you go.
He's a racehorse. You can't overdo him. So look, let's get a few cup games under his belt. And I'll tell you what, though, I bet he's a regular after Christmas. I bet he's a first team.
He won't be because he's going to
be AFCON in January.
Well, all right. When he comes back in February, yeah,
definitely be February.
Yeah, when he comes back in February, he'll be a starter, guaranteed.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think.
I hope so.
Nick, I think you should do Mr. Moyes.
No. Before we get there, Peter Wanks. That's Gary. It was Mickey done Caduce. So Gary, go on. You can have the honour of. Let's have a look at the.
Look, the way his decisions impacted the game was scandalous. Right, he should have sent the player off. It was a no-brainer, absolutely stonewall. No doubt that was a yellow card offence at all because Ward-Prowse was breaking. So he goes off the pitch, but he don't. He stays on the pitch. Then he gives a fucking free kick, which weren't a free kick, and then the guy that should have been sent off sets up the goal for the equaliser. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. -20.
Oh,
Wanker.
yeah.
I don't think it'll fit. I love it.
Zero.
Can you?
Yeah, -20. There you go.
If we can't do decimals, we can't do minuses, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with John on that
We've
one.
got a Paul rank. You can't do minuses.
I agree.
Paul Wank.
Yeah, Peter Wank. Right, okay. Moyes, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to talk about him because I'm always biased. So I'll give David Moyes to Mickey.
Hang on.
What?
Hang on. If he scores above 4, are you gonna take the donkey?
No, because it's going to go to the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's the way we do it.
Come on, we know the chat.
It's the way we do it. It's the way we do it. Listen, it's democracy. John, it's democracy.
No, hang on a minute. hang on a minute. Listen,
People's Republic of Moyes haters. Fucking hell. I'd rather have China, thanks.
We don't let the people in the chat influence our scores of the players. So therefore,
are you trying to remove the ability for the people that are watching the show to have input, valuable input into our show?
To be fair, I agree with what John just said there. Don't let the chat influence people. Now, that being said, that's why I'm pleased that I'm on the panel, because my dad thinks he want a donkey's head because he's his Margot. So, yes.
This ain't going to work.
Yeah,
well
done. Well done, Mickey.
This ain't going to work with me and Mickey, Nick. I'm just letting you know now. It ain't going to work with me and Mickey.
Right, so we're running a poll. Moyes donkey, stick or remove. Now, most people know what I would do at the moment.
But you stopped the poll. You stopped the poll when your results are in favour of what you want. I've noticed that.
I don't.
No, but you know why, though, John? Because it's so overwhelming.
Listen. My opinion is that today is that David Moyes came out. He went defensive after fucking half time. And the way that we looked at the end in the last 15 minutes is how probably we should have been looking for more of that half. And I do think that our players, Bowen included, I think that we are constrained, Nigel, by Mr. Moyes' fucking tactical ball and chain. That's what you was doing when you was watching it for the first 20 minutes of the first half. You was snoring. You know you was.
Brilliant.
Has he stopped?
Yeah.
It's an hard one, though, right? Because in the first half, I genuinely thought we controlled the game.
Also, I don't want to affect everyone, but he ain't starting Kudus. He's leaving him for the last 15 minutes of game, so I don't want to
give him a 4.
Nick, we're talking about this. We're talking about this game. So the donkey and the scoring is based on the game. If you're going to give him a 4, then keep the donkey's head on him.
Listen,
if you're not going to give him a 4, then you've got to play by the rules. I
can't remove the donkey from the people.
You're just trying to kiss ass to the people.
I can't remove the donkey from the people.
This ain't fucking. What are you doing? You're not a politician. You turned into fucking politician all of a sudden.
I ain't.
Well, you're going, the people. I'm a man of the people. You're not a man of the people, are you?
I am. Look. Well, 66% of people say stick with the donkey.
Don't tell me you've cut the vote off already.
Hold up, Nick. I'm going to go on Twitter and ask.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I've retired. Twitter
I wonder where they want to stick a donkey's head on Twitter.
Twitter ain't the platform for me, is it? Fuck me.
Look at this geezer. Look, this is what happens. We pay our
yes, mate.
We
That's fucking right. That's
did
right.
it in capitals. We decide.
Yeah. Kim Jong Nick is fucking dictating the rules, isn't he?
I ain't dictating the rules. If I was, I would be. I haven't influenced anyone's vote. I haven't said anything negative.
You know the thing about the thing about Moyes is what he showed us he can do on Wednesday and playing a beautiful first half. What he showed us today, a beautiful first half. Then he goes and fucks it up. I know he can do it. Just do it. I'm disappointed in him. I know he can do it.
He's got a different way of playing, Gal, isn't it? That was one of the things people have a go at him. I don't play different ways. Well, now
but I know he can play good football. So why don't he?
Right. That's done. All right. Sorry, guys. You know, sorry.
You've got to do man of the match. You've got to do
man of the match. I'm going to do that now. Right. So tell me who are the contenders for man of the match?
3-8s. Emerson, Paqueta, Alvarez. The 3-8s in our score.
I'll tell you what. That's going to be a tough one for people.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll tell them who to vote for, and they'll do what you say.
No, that isn't what happens, John. You dick. They're just. No, do you know what you're trying? The thing is, you're saying that about me. You're trying to influence their fucking decision. The three of you, you're bullying out fucking people who are watching. Bullying them. Right. Hang on.
It's like he's sitting there like Kim Jong-un trying to dictate to everyone.
Well, Nick, when you give John his mug, finally, he wants a little love art on his one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. He's asked for the Moyes out on both sides, John has.
Go on, John.
Right. Well, I want him out, but less aggressively than some. Put it that way.
Well, you still want him out?
I don't know. I
said
don't
so.
know.
Nigel's put John back on the fence by questioning him.
No, let me say. No, let me say what I'm saying.
Nigel, this is another one that's going to trigger people because I thought we'd have a little look here. So this will be on the next run, which will be in about November. So you got Nigel. What do you reckon of that one?
What's it say?
A cup of Di Canio.
Yeah, it's very nice.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon of that one? Eh?
What's it say?
That's all right, doesn't it? A cup of Di Canio.
I don't get it. Why does it say a cup?
A cup of Di Canio.
Oh, racist, yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is what you people want to follow, the people in the chat, yeah?
Oh, guess what? Guess what? Emerson has gone and got himself a man in the match.
Oh, well done, Emerson.
There you go.
Mind you, he deserves it for that touch, that deliberate touch and set up. Yeah.
Go on, Emerson.
He's quite a good-looking man. He's gone under the radar, but he's a good-looking man.
What is it
You're liking him, John.
crushes?
You're liking him, John.
I'm not ashamed to say people are good-looking. I say Mickey's good-looking. I say Gary's good-looking. I don't say much about Nigel. I can say. Do
you know what? Right, I changed my name for you on my phone from Lego Head to Johnny O. I'm going to put you back as fucking Lego Head now. Fucking hell.
Back you want. I thought you used to call me Big Fella.
Nah, changed it.
Ben asked me who SpongeBob Squarehead was on my phone. Hang on. Right. Anyway,
for a reason, and I've come back to this.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me. Don't phone in yet, Nigel. John, put some comments up. I'm going to try and get me.
There's not much.
It won't work. It won't work.
There ain't no comments to put up. It's just slagging me off. Look, Harry Maguire now.
Harry Maguire now. I love it.
I mean, I'm not sure if insults. I don't know. Look, my mashing lickers called me slabhead. I mean, actually, someone's abused you, Nick. They called you Kim Jong-un as well. So there you go.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Kim Jong. Kim Jong.
Oh, Tipex Hammers, look.
Virgil looks like Oddbod from Carry On Screaming.
Actually, I think we've done that one once.
He's getting it on his phone.
You're going to love it.
I'll leave. Let me tell you that now.
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
Can you hear that?
I'm sorry,
you
but
can.
the person you
yeah.
Right, okay, everyone. The line is open, everyone. So I'll leave the number off so that some regulars can phone up if you got that. That's fucking
brilliant. Not made of wood, you know. I've got feelings, just so you know. Yeah.
Right, there we go.
John ain't got a 4 head, he's got a 5 head.
Hello there. It's Nick from Claret Booze. You're live, mate. Who are we talking to?
Dylan.
Hello, Dylan. How are you, mate?
Yeah, you're right. I'm good, thanks.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What would you like to talk about?
How would you set up for Villa after the international break with Kudus doing well and Antonio not doing too well?
Oh, mate. Well, how would I set up for Villa? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take this one. I would probably take. I would take Souček out against Villa. Just so that I could get Kudus in. And I would like to play. I'd like to play a 4-3-3. I'd like to play with Kudus, Bowen, and Antonio up front. I'd like to play with Paqueta, Alvarez, and Ward-Prowse in the middle. I'm happy enough with the defence. Emerson, you can't move. Aguirre and Zuma, I think they're doing all right. And look, Soufal's doing all right. He is. He's fine. What do you reckon, John? What would you do?
I would probably. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think you've got, in my opinion, I think there's no reason to not put Kudus in the team. But obviously, we know the main reason for him not going to be getting in the team is probably always picking Souček, unfortunately. Look, Souček hasn't been terrible. Yes, he's got a few goals, but I think from an attacking emphasis, as we know, he's limited. And Kudus will always get people off their seat, I think, it seems. I think he's got a lot going for him. I didn't know much about him when we bought him, I'm not going to lie. And he has surprised me with what he's done in the limited time I've seen him. So
yeah.
But what about Antonio? Because with Kudos, he can't play on the left. So he's going to be playing on the left because Paqueta.
Well, we say he can't play on the left. I think from what I've seen of him, he played right, he played in the middle, he played up front. He was popping up all over the place. He looks. Would you say, Nigel? He looks like he's got the ability to fucking play. I mean, Paqueta has never been a left winger in his life. He looks all right out on the left. I think when you're that good, you'll probably be all right, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but with doing it your way, Nick. Not in a cat selling chance because you're going to leave your two fullbacks so exposed.
This is what we want, not what Moyes wants. So what would you stick
mate,
with Souček?
I wouldn't do it. I would. You say what we are, mate. I'd go 4-4-2. I'd play Kudus and maybe Antonio up front.
What, and play Bowen right wing?
I would want two people in front of the fullbacks. So I'd want a cover on both wings. I think Villa will. If you play 4-3-3, that's very narrow in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, you got the middle of the pitch, but that leaves them to run on against Kufau and against Emerson, and it will push them back.
Yeah,
4-3-3 is dangerous.
No, I like 4-3-3.
Ooh,
what
I like
about you, Micky?
I think that what's going to happen is after the international break, Kudos is going to need a rest. So
yeah,
so we won't see him.
What are you, David Moyes now?
Travelled a long way, ain't he? Travelled a long way, the lad.
He's gonna need a rest. He ain't ready yet. So
yeah, he ain't gonna send a private jet to pick Kudus up, is he? Let's face it.
That
actually he scored the week before he come over, right? That actually scored the week before he come over. He didn't get 4, did he?
Gary Dylan said, "What about Mavropanos? Would you play?" We're talking about the lineup against Villa. I said 4-3-3, removing Souček, replacing him with Kudus, playing a front three of Antonio Bowen and Kudus. Nigel wants to go 4-4-2. But what Dylan said is, would you slot Mavropanos in now? I suppose what in place of Aguerd or Zuma, Dylan?
Where?
Aguerd because of the height for Souček.
Yeah. Do you think
you will take Souček?
Do you think he looks more of a conventional defender, Mavropanos? He does.
He's good in the air. Like he obviously got one to the jaw by Alvarez the other day, but he wants to get stuck in the air and stuff. So I think he's a good centre half, good on the ball.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
I love what he said. I love what he said, right? Because he gets forward and he has a crack at goal, doesn't he? Right. But when he joined in his interview, he said, "It is my job to protect the goal. First priority." I don't know what accent.
From a lower.
I don't know what accent. Right. But he said, "I can get forward, yes. I can get forward, yes. But my job is to protect the goal."
Is this Mavropanos you're supposed to be here?
I think so, yeah.
Sandsborg Zuma.
Your voice is.
Not an accent.
You're.
Can't do that. No.
That's really good.
No.
I
would play him. He's a massive unit, and he's quite quick as well. And look, Aguerd. Unfortunately, we know Aguerd's going to play. He's going to play. He's going to keep costing us goals, and Mavropanos ain't going to get a look in, right?
Yeah. I think Joel is taking on the Moyes mantra. Save Mavropanos for the Olympiacos game later in the week.
Yeah. It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout.
The thing is, I know Aguerd played all right last week, but I do think when you're having a bit of dip in form, and I know he had a good first half, but he's making some basic mistakes, and I'm not trying to hang him out to dry. But when you've got a better squad, when you've got a bigger squad, and you've got players that are ready, sometimes you need to pull them out the firing line a little bit because it can can help them in the long run. I'm not to point fingers, but
I'd drop. I wouldn't drop Souček because he's playing well and he's scoring goals. You know who I'd drop? Antonio.
Yeah.
You think Souček's playing well in what aspect?
Well, I think he's playing well, as in he's getting through a lot of work. If we want to shut a team down and defend, and we're going to play some flair players up front, and they're going to.
Did you just say you'd play Souček?
No. Look, what I'm saying is, if he will play Souček, he will play Souček, right? I think the only chance we've got is that Antonio's got a knock because he looked like he had a knock, and that he don't start next game and Kudos does, right? I don't think Mavropanos gets a look in. I think Moyes has already selected his 11 for the season. It ain't going to change.
Oh, well, I think
you've got the international break now, so that knock won't be. He'll be ready for the next game.
Oh, you reckon? When is he travelling around the world, flying around the world with Jamaica?
Is he going to Jamaica though? Because he didn't last time, did he?
He didn't. He
didn't
travel
go
last
Brazil this time.
Paqueta will. Well, I don't know.
He's not in the squad, is he? Because of the old. I think they didn't pick him.
He went in the last squad.
I saw an article saying that they may be having a change of heart though, Nige.
Oh,
right.
He didn't get money on it.
Why have they not called him up because of the betting thing?
Yeah, apparently that he removed
the Brazilian FA have taken like some moral high ground on corruption.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, apparently they've got the amp because they weren't tipped off.
Hold up. What you got to remember is that because the bets were placed in Brazil as well.
Yeah.
So
What?
They've got the amp.
More of a problem over there than it is for over us, really.
They are. They're saying, you bastard. Why didn't I get a fucking WhatsApp? What's going on?
Oh.
Yeah. That's what they got the amp for.
Well, I've got. What can I ask one more question, quickly?
Go on then, mate.
Yeah. We ain't got no lens.
What about, I'm not saying signing, but Jesse Lingard's back in England.
So
No. He didn't get a job.
Yeah.
Didn't he get a job, Dylan? Didn't Jesse went for an interview over in Saudi, didn't he?
Even the Saudis have fucked him off.
He's back in England.
It was wage demands. I think they didn't even want to pay him the money.
I'm gutted for him, ain't you? Gutted.
Yeah.
No.
How much do you want?
The fact is, though, is that we turned him down rather than him turn us down.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't even offer him anything, so.
But
He's
good. I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased about that, though, Nige.
Mr. Mace says the Brazilian FA not picking Paqueta is like Jimmy Sattel not inviting Rolf Harris to a house party because he's back. Yeah.
Big game.
So, Dylan. Anyway, to close the call, what's your prediction for the Aston Villa game, as and when that comes up? What do you reckon? What do you reckon we're going to do? Do you reckon we're going to win, or do you think we're going to get turned over?
It's going to be a hard place because they've won their last 10 in the Prem. Yeah. 2-2 again.
I think that'd be an amazing. If we listen, I was dreading Newcastle. I was dreading Villa. If we can come out of both of those games unscathed, even if we don't win a game, irrespective of my moaning about style, level, but if we can come out of them without losing either of them, I think that's a win.
The main thing is on the team how we set up.
Yeah.
If we get something out of Villa, I'll be happy because after that, what we got Everton, Brentford, Palace, Forest, I think, something like that. So we've got quite a
Burnley away as well
after the Villa game, didn't it?
Yeah.
I fancy us against Villa. I've got to admit, I do fancy us against Villa.
Yeah, I watched them against Brighton.
I
watched them against Brighton when they smashed them 6-1, and I thought we can do them.
Yeah. No, we've got a good record up at Villa Park, though. I think, Nigel. I always feel positive when I go there.
Nigel, what they do? Look, don't get me wrong. Against Brighton, he was very clever, Emery. What he did, he had two different tactics for both halves. He kind of forecasted what De Zerbi was going to do and just counteracted it before they even came out. Very good. But they play a high line. I think that we could expose them on the counter attack.
Yeah, we got Brighton. We could have done it last year as well. But we didn't.
Yeah.
Because of the way Brighton played, though, it allowed.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
I know. Right. Anyway, Dylan, thank you very much for the call, mate. Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Right,
thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Cheers.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, that, because with Villa, they're banging form at the minute, aren't they? Cool.
Not in Europe. They're not doing well in Europe. 2
points above us.
No, but they're in form. What I mean is they're playing well. They're playing some really good football.
2 points above us.
I know.
We're not playing well then. We're not banging form.
Nigel's stuck.
Fucking hell. He's on a loop.
When Nick says played, Nigel, when Nick says plays well, he means entertaining. He likes the entertainment.
Hello,
so that's
Alfie?
Yeah, you're right, Nick.
Who's this?
Yeah,
West
not bad,
Ham
mate. Not bad. Yeah, not bad.
Oh.
Right. What I'm going to do after this call, I've got Mikey and I've got Gary from Romford. I'm going to call you both back.
Hammers
so they're
Mikey.
the next 2 calls. Yeah, Hammers Mikey. Right. So
good.
Alfie, how are you, mate? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good, obviously.
Gary's not having it. He's phoning again. Hang on.
Is that Gary, is it?
It was
Going to go down Tesco's and say hello to someone, of course.
Sorry, Alfie. Go on. What would you like to talk about, mate?
No worries. Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to say I don't back my team, but to be fair, we could have got a win today. There were some controversial decisions from the referee who I thought was appalling.
I
think overall this season, the referees have been shambles. It's got to be called out. I mean, I don't know if many of you guys watched it, But against, I think it was Arsenal and City, I was watching it and there was 2 blatant red cards in that game, and they just get overseed. Like, there is no consistency. Referees, managers, no one knows what's what these days, and it's ruining games, it's ruining points, and you don't want to be negative, but you look back at the end of the season, you might think that decision can cost us.
Some of the rules are so obscure, aren't they, Nigel? It's like, I don't think anyone understands the handball rule anymore. I don't. It's just fuck's sake, Gary. That's 4 times. I'll phone you back.
Can I just say, I think the referees sometimes they just make it up. They don't do what they should do, which is objectively look at what happened and just give a yellow card or a free kick or whatever. Somehow they let the flow of the game and all the other factors affect them, so they give a subjective decision. Now that today, the referee had no right to not give that second yellow card, because objectively it was a yellow card, right? But he decided in his infinite wisdom, I don't know what he was thinking. Was he thinking, oh, perhaps that's going to kill Newcastle, or it's unfair because it was just after the first one, or I'll never get, paid by Saudi if I give this, or something like that. I don't know what he was thinking.
Very cynical, Gary.
Whatever he was thinking, it was wrong. He should have just applied the rules. And if they all applied the rules fairly, based on what they see only, nothing else, then we'd be in a better place.
I will say one thing in the defence of the referees, right, and particularly handball. The FA or the Premier League, the FA, they're constly changing. For example,
not the FA.
Sorry, who is it then? Whatever they're called.
It's the rules of football are written by.
Is it Moyes' fault? It's Moyes, isn't it?
IFAB, I think.
IFAB. Yes, sorry, that's it.
Are the people that write the rules of football?
But for example, the handball rule, the handball rule has been changed so much in recent years that I sometimes think with certain rules they don't need to change them, and so many rules are being changed so frequently that sometimes the referees fucking don't know whether they're coming or going with some of them. Now I'm not talking about the decisions at West Ham today, because they was, in my opinion, black and white, but they've got to stop changing the fucking rules. It's just ridiculous. It's getting a joke.
Well,
and the referees are scared to make decisions in
now is you can handball it in the build-up to a goal as long as it's not deliberate, and then the goal be given. But if you accidentally...
handball it in the
goalkeeper makes a save, pushes it against you, but it hits your hand as it goes in, that was accidental. It can't be a goal.
Yeah, do you know what? It's subjective.
Yeah,
and 12. It's ridiculous.
But then why do you expect VAR then? Yeah. Because that's the thing. The rule is subjective.
Yeah.
So therefore, when it goes to VAR, it's going to be subjective. There is no definitive rule. VAR sometimes will say this, sometimes will say that. People will kick off and go, "These bloody referees, VAR. There's no consistency." Because the rule is ambiguous.
I'll tell you what, let's do a different type of poll in the chat while Alfie's talking. Go on, Gary. Drive Alfie for us for a minute. I want to see what people's thoughts are on VAR in the chat. What do you reckon? Very simple. Bin it or keep it.
Yeah, bin it or keep it. And I'll vote bin it, people.
Go on, Alfie.
Bin it.
No. I actually want to add on something Gary said. And it was about the fact that... Sorry, my dog's barking. 1 second.
I know that feeling.
I thought that was my missus calling me.
I'm texting Jodie.
Exactly. Jodie.
Yeah. I'm brave when she's asleep. You know what I
mean? Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right, mate.
Sorry
about that. Yeah. So what really pisses me off is the second offence that he could have got a yellow card for. If he didn't get the first yellow card, he gets a yellow card there. Yeah. I'm sick of this, he's been booked, he gets another chance. No, stick to the law of the game. That's what you've been told to do. I'm sick of this Howard Webb geezer, right, with his bald head constantly coming out and saying, we're going to give you audios and stuff like this. You're shit. Yeah. You're just trying to sugarcoat everything. Stick to your rules. Yeah. Stop fucking changing it. And it's exactly like it. How the fuck, have you video evidence of what is happening in the game? And still coming to the wrong conclusion.
Yeah, I don't get it but I think it's very simple. Do you know, when people say bring professionals into it, ex players, but you've only got to watch, I don't know, Sky Sports and have three fucking players on a panel, they'll all have a different opinion.
I don't think
it'll improve anything.
But what you can't do when something's black and white, and it's clearly black and white on, you can see what the decision should be, but somehow the decision isn't given that way. And I think a lot of times, that for a start, VAR ain't used for second yellows, right? So that the VAR wouldn't have come into that today. But the problem you got with VAR is the referees off the pitch and the referees on the pitch all work for the same body. They're brothers, right? And they shouldn't be allowed to protect their mates or direct their mates or help their mate out. They should be, VAR should be judging it in isolation, like they're doing rugby.
Yeah.
I literally think now that the on-field officials after time bottle decisions because they think the people in the room are going to bail them out or whatever. And I just think, we spoke about this before, we would accept a mistake by a man on the field more than we accept people watching it on the screen and making the wrong error or making the wrong call or making the wrong judgment. We know 9 times out of 10 when the referee on the pitch goes over to the screen, he's going to give what they've told him to look at because he's scared of going against them. Nobody's really accountable, and this is the problem. I long for the days when you went to work on Monday morning and went, that fucking referee was shit, wasn't it? We'll talk about it for the morning, but then we forget.
We will tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
It's only been overturned. When a referee's gone to the screen in the Premier League, is it literally only one referee who hasn't gone with a decision once?
But I tell you what, right? And this is something else which has got, because there's only 2 things that I think that they could do that would make me in favour of keeping VAR, and that is keeping the system as it is. That's open communication so that you can hear what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I'd be in favour of that.
What do you reckon that referee?
No, hang on. And number 2 would be they are not allowed to show freeze frames and slow motions. If they go back to review something, they have to review it in full time, in real time. No fucking freeze frames.
Exactly. That is exactly where VAR is going wrong. We're seeing so many unfair red cards, right? Because we're showing everything in slow motion. Everything is going to look worse in slow motion.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, look, the Curtis Jones one, which is where it all blew up. That was never a fucking red card, but in slow motion. But when you look at it, it looks terrible. It doesn't show you.
Still, what they didn't show you was that his foot rolled off the top of the ball.
I know.
So it was a natural action with the ball. With the ball, the thing with where I
thought that though.
Go on, mate.
Sorry about that. You know what's funny about that? When the referee went over to the VAR, the second he looked at the screen, the first thing they showed him was a still image of his foot with the studs on his leg.
So they're forcing his opinion.
Yeah, and I don't know who said it, right? But when you hear these commentators going, he's been advised to go over to check the screen. No, he's going over there. The VAR telling him why he should be overturning this, and they're showing him the evidence that they've concluded. They ain't giving the referee a second opinion and an opportunity to change his mind. They're telling him where he's made his error. They ain't.
No, they're telling him. Yeah, they're telling him that he's made a clear and obvious mistake because that's the only reason that they should get involved. So if a referee on the pitch is thinking, shit, the people watching me, they think I've made a clear and obvious mistake, therefore I must change it. That's what's happening.
Would it be better if VAR just stuck with offsides?
Yes, I think. Hang on a minute. It's probably only me and you can have this conversation, Nigel, because we're in the electronic security industry. Yeah. But as we know, the technology that's out there with analytics and everything else, it should be automated by now. It shouldn't even be a human fucking decision with VAR. They shouldn't be drawing lines.
Yeah, I know nothing about technology, by the way. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I know, but you're not an electronic security professional like me and Nigel, right?
No, but it is funny to say that, Nick. Because when you look at European competitions this year, they're using semi-automated offside decisions.
Yeah, he's right.
We're coming down, and when you're reviewing it, it clearly picks up, if it's an onside or offside decision, and you can't argue against it because it's picking up the right thing. It's not some twat sitting there going, "Oh, I ain't got a clue, so we're just going to say it's offside." Then we're going to blow the whistle to say, "Go on, you can carry on the game now," and then realise you're the one who's made a clear and obvious error.
Yeah, I'll watch. Mate, I'll watch. Did you watch a clip? Just very quickly, I watched a clip from Sky Sports where. Who's the fucking referee everyone hates and he's retired now? Mike Dean, and he was on the panel. They was all talking to him. You had Merson. Merson was going
one of the worst referees we've ever had.
Yeah, but basically what he was saying was because they were talking about the audio that had been released where they had recognised it was a fuck up, and they've gone, no, stop it. And what he's saying is you physically can't. He said at that point, and they said to him, well, what would happen if one of them would override that decision or change protocol? He said they'd probably never ref a game for the rest of the season. So they have to stick to the rules, even if it's wrong. They have to stick to. There's no room for. Do you know what? They haven't got
flexibility.
They've got no room to cover their own mistakes, which they will make.
No, but that was
they're changing the rule for handballs and offside every season. Write the fucking rule in then.
Yeah, I know, but apparently they can't. Mickey, what's your thoughts on it with VAR and that?
Do you remember, like before, it used to be like the commentators and that would say you can't blame refs because they don't get to see it 20 times over, like we all do at home and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But VAR really should have put a stop to that. And I know people will say you can't have it right 100% all the time. Why not? The technology's there. If someone's looking at it, you can easily see if something's a foul, if it ain't a foul.
But it ain't a foul because we all disagree sometimes about was that a foul, wasn't it a foul? Yeah, people have difference of opinions. Referees will have different opinions. And that's why it's subjective. But that's why you shouldn't use VAR in situations.
That's what I'm saying, Jack. That's why anything that is subjective should be down to the on-field ref.
And I agree with that.
What about Europe?
I agree with that. It's the same with like the offside thing. If it's that close to call, if you've got to go past 2 minutes to decide whether it's
let it go.
But it ain't clear and obvious.
But
it ain't clear and obvious.
Interestingly, what Alfie said there about the semi-automated offside system being used in the Champions League, all 20 Premier League clubs voted against the use of it in the Premier League.
Yeah, because they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, they all voted against the semi-automated use of it in the Premier League. But now, because
every club,
yes, they all get together, they all agree, and then they'll go with it. They all agreed against it, and I bet you Klopp and Liverpool, obviously, we know they were ones that voted against it. Now they're all for it all of a sudden. So you can't have it all ways. You know, you've got to.
John,
can I say what?
Can I just say one thing?
Go on.
Can I just say one thing? The VAR implementation in Europe that we've experienced last few seasons has been perfect because they've got a list of about 4 items that they judge on, and that's it. Yeah. And there's no Stockley Park, there's no mates.
Can I say, has there ever been a clearer indication of the bias in the Premier League than the fucking fanfare around Liverpool being hard done by a VAR decision? I mean, they was talking about fucking replaying the fixture. That's what they were doing.
If you listen
only for Liverpool.
If you listen to Klopp, he didn't actually say, "I want the game replayed." He said, if I were a fan, talking from a fan's perspective, I would want the game replayed. He never said, Jurgen Klopp want it replayed. So the media have twisted it a little bit and they've jumped on it and created a bigger story out of it. But you're right, it will be bigger news because it's Liverpool. It will be bigger news if it was Man U or Arsenal. You know, all of us have had decisions against us that have cost us something, but you're right.
Yeah. I'm still stinging from that corner disallowed goal, weren't you? Against Chelsea.
Well, someone said today in front of us, we had a little joke between us that said, had that goal gone in, would his West Ham career have been different?
You don't know.
Probably not.
Oh, you don't know, though. No, but you don't know. It wasn't a good finish, though. It was not a good finish.
It was a great finish.
Home, didn't he?
But from what I've said, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Cornet fan.
John loves him. Alfie?
Big fan, John.
Nick, when we signed him, Nick was over the moon.
No, I was not at all. No,
have you seen what he done for Burnley?
No. I'll fucking pull the video clips out. I pulled a bit because I was against Cornet. I was against the geezers that we was linked with from Watford, Sarr and the other one, Dennis, who's gone to shit. I was against all 3 of those players because I said it's easy to shine in a shit team.
Did you pay a monkey at an auction for one of his boots? Cornet.
No, we've not.
It was. You did pay that much as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a Noble, a West Ham Legends boot. So keep bringing it up as much as you want.
And I never influenced you on that. I was saying John. I was saying, John, stop bidding. I was saying.
I remember when that bid finished, I'll turn around and went, what fucking idiot bought that for that price?
Every time I've been to one of those nights since, I just keep my hands in my pockets.
Listen, we have got a caller on the line. Alfie, sorry, mate, go on.
Sorry, Alfie.
The thing is, though, Maxwell Cornet isn't a bad player. Like,
No,
I don't know if you guys remember in the 21-22 season when he came to the London Stadium with Burnley, he was one of the real main threats to why we could only get a draw in that game. Like, there is a player in there. Yet again, he just don't. Well, I wouldn't say he don't suit his system. I just say he hasn't had a fair chance. And
I think there is, but I kind of stick by what I think. Look, I'm not saying it for all players, but I think it's. I'm always sceptical when you get a new star player on the block, like I did with Emmanuel Dennis and players like that, who looked great for Watford. You know, because the whole game is focused through them. You know, they're kind of. It doesn't mean they're going to be able to sort of pick that form up and go into a better team and shine. They might not be able to.
Let me sum up Maxwell Cornet. He drives around in a camouflaged Lamborghini, right? And that says it all to me.
Well, don't want to be seen, does he?
Well, we don't see him any fucking way. Don't need fucking camouflage.
Deep undercover, John. Deep undercover.
Yeah.
Deep undercover.
He's not for me. He's not for me. Get rid. Sorry.
I know. Right, anyway, Alfie, we'll have to close the call, mate. The only reason being we've got Gary and Mikey who's waiting, and we don't want to be running all night.
Cheers, Alfie.
It was a very good call, mate. Thank you very much.
Right.
Cheers, Alf.
Take care,
cheers,
lads.
mate. Bye.
By the way, Harry, Mourinho don't work, so don't do that again.
Which one?
All right, take care, lads.
Which one don't work?
When he was trying to do that impression of Mavropanos, he sounded more like Jose Mourinho.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Gary's
come on.
Gary's
That was
terrible
quality Greek.
He's
Quality Greek.
impressions.
It was like being in Athens, wasn't it, when I did that?
Do you know, Gary ain't even waiting for the phone. Gary ain't even waiting for the phone call to end. Look, he's here now. Hang on. Hang on. Right, hang on. Cheers, Alfie.
Thanks, Alfie.
You sounded like the
just put him on. Just let him say hello and then disconnect him.
Hello, is that Gary from Watford?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm very well. You're very impatient tonight, Gary.
You've called 55 times. He's just showed me.
You said you're coming at 8 o'clock.
Go on. How are you anyway,
hello,
mate?
lad.
You all right? You've got a full panel. Yeah. You've got Nigel, Micky, Gary, and sadly John.
We're all here tonight.
Sadly,
well,
John.
2-year anniversary. I mean, special night. Yeah.
Happy birthday to us.
Just a couple of points about the Villa game. I'm going to get off far because it gets a bit boring. The Villa game, just a few stats here. The last 3 seasons under Moyes, we've beaten them 5 times and drawn once. So we're unbeaten. And we won at Villa Park, I think, 3 seasons in a row. And I think you were saying earlier about they play a high line. I think it could play right into our hands.
2 minutes. Me dog gate's just fallen down. I think all hell's about to break loose downstairs. 1 minute. Hang on. I'll be back in a minute.
I always feel lucky about going to Villa. I remember, like, even back in the day when Frank McAvenny's first game back, when he scored the winner, me and my dad was stood behind the goal down that end. And what was that one the other season when we had Zamora playing with us? We won 2-1. Almost every time I've been to Villa Park, we've won. I've got great memories of that place.
Yeah.
I think we're a bogey
game back, McAvenny, that was the Paul Ince goal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're
right behind that goal. Right behind that goal.
In fact, the only defeat I've seen us at Villa Park is the semi-final in 1991.
I was there as well. Yeah,
I've not seen us lose to Villa at Villa Park.
I got corporate once there and we lost 1-0 and I got absolutely slated. I mean, really bad language, made me blush, right, by a 19-year-old pensioner. They had like the pensioners section the other side of the corporate thing. And these pensioners, they turned up literally to slag off West Ham or whoever was there.
Was you there? Was you there for the semi-final against Middlesbrough when the hair was scored, got to the final? Yeah,
me and my dad again.
Even there we done well, didn't we? But I was going to say about that season so far. We're scoring every game, but obviously it's strange. We do look fairly good at times. There's defensively, most of the goals. Now, I don't want to jump on Aguirre's back because I've already criticised him a couple of times in the show this season, but he's costed us goals, and he just seems to have a lack of awareness of danger sometimes. I don't know what Nigel thinks. I don't know why they don't get someone like Albie Martin or someone to work on him on this side of his game. Listen, I think he's a really good player there. He's got pace, he can pass the ball, but it's just when it's that ball's in the area, he just seems very vulnerable. And he has cost us quite a few goals this season. I mean, you've got Mavropanos there who come in. Would you not be tempted to switch it? I know Moyes won't. I know Moyes doesn't like change and he sticks with Souček and he sticks with Aguirre. But, I just think some of these goals this season, I mean, the Liverpool City games, he cost us in both them games, didn't he? Really,
Ball over the head.
In
Ball
both
over
those
the
games. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
That's what I was going to
ask, Gary. I was going to ask because I ain't seen the goal back, and it was down the other end. Did that goal that I'm blaming him? That goal that I'm blaming him for, was that a ball over his head? Or, again.
What, today?
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he put his hand up.
They must see that.
He loses his bearings when the ball's played over his head.
No, he put his hand up. He put his hand up for offside. He was calling that Trippier was offside and literally stopped for a split second.
But he weren't getting the ball. He weren't getting the ball anyway.
Nigel, he flat-footed himself by stopping dead, right? So straight away he's flat-footed, which allowed Isaac to peel off the back of him. If you make that instantaneous decision to put your hand up, you're not concentrating because you're looking at the linesman.
No.
And he's allowed Isaac to literally take a yard, step back a yard, and he's flat-footed. He's flat-footed himself by looking at the linesman, calling for an off. Play the fucking whistle. Don't do that. You can't do that in the modern game, especially with the way that VAR is now, right? You can't do that.
I agree. And I think Soufal knew that, didn't he? He sort of put his hands up towards Aguirre, like as if say, what are you doing?
I don't know. Yeah, he looked like he was.
He looked like it. Yeah, you can't say that he looked like he'd done that.
Yeah, it did look like that. I agree, but I'm not sure. I don't know, but it did look like that. I agree.
Yeah, I was going to say also, we were discussing last week about fitting everybody into the team, like, getting Kudas in, who looked brilliant. I was screaming at the TV today that substitution, I mean, the second half, there's a pattern right from the start of the second half, 10, 15, 20 minutes, we're getting penned in, they were totally in control. I was saying, mate, we've got to change this, you've got to change it, and I think Kudas should have been brought on like 10, 15 minutes earlier. We probably would have won the game.
Gary, I'm going to put you on the spot because I know you're a big Nigel fan, right? Do you think that Kudus needs more bedding in, or do you think he should be in the starting lineup? Would you reckon, Gary? Would you reckon, Gary?
Well, I mean, personally, I'd play him now. I mean, he looked good today. He's got. I think he's perfect for the Premier League.
Yeah.
It gives us something different as well. The thing is, I was saying to you last week, we've got this problem with this left-hand side because we're all saying about playing the three midfield players, Alvarez, Holding, Ward-Prowse, Paqueta. We all agree, don't we? We all agree that's our first choice midfield, don't we? Yeah? Right. Okay.
And Souček.
So then you've got Antonio down the middle, you've got Bowen on the right, and you've got Kudas then on the left. Now, obviously, if you play Paqueta more to the left, and you maybe play Kudas as a number 10 behind Antonio, and he's central, I think suits him best. Now, I know Paqueta, the other argument is he's our best player and he should be played in the middle, but I think he plays well with Emerson on the left.
I think you can play him I think you can play Paqueta in goal and he'd be all right.
Yeah. But the other problem we got was really evident today. When we brought Antonio off, I said to him, mate, it just shows you the situation we're in. Not another striker to really bring on to replace him. No Ings there, no Mabama. He doesn't fancy him. I think Moyes realises now Ings can't play this system. And I think in January we've got to go out and get another striker in. Absolutely, because we could be still in Europe. We could be. Who knows where we are? But we're short of a striker, aren't we, lads? Or another striker.
Yeah, we are. No, but we'll go to Nigel. Are we short of a striker?
Yes. Ings was a panic buy in January because we were staring at relegation and they needed to get someone in. And
I know.
He was. I think he was a panic buy because of the situation we was in, and he is a proven goal scorer. But his career is on a downward trajectory, and it had been at Villa. He probably should have stayed at Southampton, even though he did well at Villa when Gerrard was there.
Yeah.
But when Emery came in, played a different way. And
trouble is, because of the money he's on, it's not going to be easy to ship him out, is it? I think if he's on a lot less money, you would get takers for him.
Maybe he realises he ain't going to play, but maybe he realises he ain't. In Europe, we didn't bring him on, did we? Who did we bring on? We brought someone else on in front of him.
Yeah, I know.
And
also he doesn't think Obama's ready because he's not getting a sniff.
And he missed a sitter against Lincoln. It's.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
So it's unfortunately he has been given a chance to put the ball in the net, and he's fluffed his lines. So he's got two goals, and both of them were in the same game, weren't they? I think.
Yeah. Nice. Would you be tempted to switch? I was saying about Aguirre making his mistakes. I mean, forget how many times he's cost us points this season. Like I say, I think he could be a really good player. Maybe he just needs more time. But would you not be tempted to bring in the Mavropanos now for Gerd if you was a manager? Would you be tempted to do that? Because he's more of an actual defender, I think, you know?
Possibly. I mean, I've always liked to have a ball-playing defender and what I call a defender. So I loved it when we had Winston Reid and James Collins. Because Reid would get the ball down, bring the ball out and everything. And Collins would just clear everybody out of the way. Clear the ball, clear the players, everything. And they work so well together. And I don't think we've got that with Zuma and a Gerd.
No. I mean, if we had Dawson still, you think if we had Dawson in that team instead of a Gerd, we'd have more points on the board now. Because some of them mistakes, Dawson would have just cleared it.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have got caught out. Like the Man City one.
But I think this goes back to what we were saying before, and I do kind of disagree with John to an extent with what he's saying, that all defenders should be the same. And I understand that they should all have the fundamental defensive capabilities, but we brought Aguero in. We know how good Aguero is. We watched him in the World Cup. He's a highly rated player. He's a very, very good player. We brought him in to play that high line when we were supposed to be changing style.
Yeah.
He has shown his worth in many games. I'm sure you remember when we played Liverpool last season. It took Salah out of the game. He's fucking outstanding when he's in a foot race with someone. He ain't necessarily great with someone running at him. He's good when he's chasing someone back. He's not a backs to the wall defender. What do you reckon, Mickey? With I
was just thinking as you were saying that there was a bit today where he got back where Isaac was through on goal and he hit the post.
Yeah.
Had he not made that run to
exactly,
it looked like the ball was going to go back out to Isaac.
Yeah.
So
it was his burst of pace. It was his burst of pace, Mickey.
So you're giving him credit. You're giving him credit because the ball ricocheted off him off the post.
John, it weren't his fault. I'll give him that. He was the one who made the run.
Listen, John. Dawson would have still been scratching his arse on the centre spot.
Hang on a minute.
No, but Aguero got there.
No.
He did.
No. Listen what I'm saying.
Aguero, the ball in the post before we got there.
Had he not got there, Nigel, that ball would have come back.
He put him under pressure, Nigel. He put him under pressure. He did.
Listen.
He put the post under pressure, Nick. He didn't put
Aguero put Isaac on. He didn't have all the time in the world. Watch it back.
Had you not made that run, that ball would have come back out to Isaac, and he would have buried that. But he didn't.
Would have done. I think actually Isaac was actually wide, and the ball was coming back out into the middle of the pitch.
It was coming back to him. Honestly,
it was.
Listen. I played centre back for Kent and Arms over Hackney Marshes for 5 years, right? Top level, Hackney Wick player.
Top level.
I'm not slagging off. Listen, I know Aguero's a good. I know Aguero's a good player.
Can we just let John finish reminiscing? Go on, John.
I'm not hating on Aguero, right? But at the end of the day, he's our big name centre back. He's a top class international. He's a top class player. But I do have a concern over his concentration.
No, I can't disagree with you on that. Listen. I think there's been a few.
He's a great defender.
There's been a few occasions, and there's been a lot of occasions this season actually. And I think even like Solanke, who's not a world class forward, he fucking schooled Aguero in that game, didn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
He did, he did school him.
I'll tell you what I think. I think Aguero. If you think West Ham's can be a top 6 team, Aguero ain't good enough for you. But if you think West Ham ain't a top 6 team and we're probably middle of the table, then you're more than happy with Aguero.
Yeah, got a middle of the table manager, so we've got to be happy with Aguero.
That's fucking bonus coming from you. He's championship level normally.
What I was going to say to you is to counter my own argument to a point. I'm not sure I'm having a go about Aguero. But I think the Villa game might suit him because he doesn't do well against big physical players. He gets wrapped up a little bit, doesn't he? Like he's a bit vulnerable. But one thing in Villa they've got pace. Bailey and particularly Watkins, he likes to run behind, and that game might actually suit Aguero. So much as I'm saying should we leave him out, is the other argument that he actually that game might actually suit him.
Yeah.
He's got good recovery pace again. That's the one thing he's got. He's got a lot of pace.
He has. But like John said, his concentration. It's like one or two. I like Aguero. I like him. In the first half, he played like a Rolls Royce today. He really did. Second half, as soon as the pressure happened, you kind of always worried that either him or Zuma, usually him, He's going to make a mistake that's going to lead to a goal.
Does it? Can I ask you one thing? Sorry to interrupt. Because I've seen this argument put out there elsewhere. Does Aguirre have to compensate for the fact that he's playing alongside a centre back that has no legs?
Maybe. I said today, we watched a $6 million man several years ago. They could replace, in the 1970s, they could replace limbs, and Steve Austin could run at 40 mile an hour. Ain't it about time they can put a pair of bionic legs on Kurt Zouma?
I love Zouma, though. Joe saying, I do love Zouma, though.
I had the little doll. You know, you could open up his wrist and he had little
see through the
electrical bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could look through the eye.
I know. It's brilliant.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Because we play like a low block a lot of the time. When you look at a Bonner the last couple of seasons, I mean, he's been absolutely superb in that position because he's perfect in that low block with Zouma. You know, he heads the ball, he clears the ball, he reads the game really well. You know, he was class, wasn't he? I know he's getting past it now, probably.
He got exposed against the Serbian farmers, didn't he?
He did, he got like a concentration.
What is low block? Can someone tell me what low block is?
Sitting 2 foot in front of Areola.
Well, sitting deep, yeah.
Sitting back.
Well, like Nick said earlier.
Yeah, it's a new term.
Basically, it's a new term for parking the bus, as Micky says.
It's
a new term for parking the bus. That's what low block is.
We all have to use this new term. Can't we just say sitting deep?
We're jumping on board because we're down with the kids now. That's what they use.
It's a load of old bollocks, John. That's what it is.
Americanised. Low block, high press.
Nigel, what do you call it? Parking the bus or low block?
Well, I just call it defending.
He actually don't. Honestly, did you call it defending under Sam Allardyce?
I called that fucking. I don't mention his name. Yeah, right. He's been expunged
because he loved a bit of low block, didn't he, Nigel? Old Sam Allardyce.
I mean, don't fucking mention Moyes and him in that same breath. It's a total different type of football.
Nigel, I was going to ask you.
Don't think so.
Do you not think the club should maybe, with Aguirre, get someone maybe working on him a bit more on a one-to-one, like on his defensive side of the game, like someone like Albion Martin, someone like that?
David Moyes was a centre-half.
Yeah, he was.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was centre-half, wasn't he? Yeah.
Don't seem like a people person, no, Moyes.
Yeah.
According to your source.
Unlike you.
I actually am. I'm a people person. I'm a wonderful coach. I'm
just not many people, eh?
I'm very supportive. I'm very supportive.
We couldn't afford Alvin Martin's bill, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He goes to
Well, look. At the end of the day, okay. So let's just address this, okay? We're all basically saying that Aguirre is a bit of a problem because he switches off. Okay, so how long do you persist? Okay.
You can't lose concentration.
Okay, so how long will Moyes persist with Aguirre making these mistakes before he gives either Kehrer, who has made mistakes before, or Mavropanos?
He ain't dropping him.
Yeah, long time.
He won't drop him.
Yeah, he ain't dropping him. He ain't dropping. You know, Kudos ain't getting a game. Mavropanos ain't getting a game anytime soon in the league. Yeah, right. They're cut players.
Do you know what this does put pay to, though? Because a lot of people said last season that the reason our season fell apart was because Aguirre got injured. Well, that was bollocks, wasn't it?
Moyes was a shit centre.
Well,
what Gary just said there.
But the thing is, when you're going to...
Go on, Mick.
I fancy Kudos to get a chance before Mavropanos does, to be fair.
Well, I think he'll have to, because I think if he does... What he's doing is, Mavropanos, is he's just done a Rooney. Because what Moyes used to do with Rooney was he only used to give him 5-10 minutes at the end of the game. And Rooney used to come on and score fucking 25 yarders. I think that's what Kudus is going to do. I think he's going to come on and force his way into that team.
I think he's going to have to, yeah.
He's going to.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see, say, Kudos in that number 10 role. To me, when I've seen him play, like today, playing centrally, it seems to really suit him, just behind the striker, doesn't it? We can pick the ball up, link up.
Yeah.
You know,
so would you rather Kudos in the Premier League or playing in Europe?
Both.
Premier League.
You can't do it. You can't have both, can you?
Well, you can have Suchek in both. You can have Bowen in both. You can have fucking...
Suchek's a donkey and he's a workhorse. They just go wherever. He's like, you want to protect your better players. You lot would all be screaming if he was playing Kudos Thursday night, Sundays.
No,
the man's got to have the best.
No, I wouldn't. In my opinion, you play your best player, whether they're played on Thursday or Wednesday or not. You play your best players. That's it.
Plus there's only a few more games in Europe.
I don't agree with the whole cup thing.
John, if we win our group, right, and then go into the new year and win the last 16, and we got, especially if we win the group, we get the home game in the second leg, and if you progress beyond that, then I think again, like last time, I think that will start taking priority, don't you? Because like Nigel says, it's a valid point.
Yeah.
You know, we'll remember last season. We're not going to win the Premier League, and so why not go to the Europa League? We've got a brilliant record in it.
Yeah,
we seem to really be good in Europe. You know, I'd like to see us go for it. I'll be honest with you.
I think, well, Gary, you've got 30 seconds to make one last point, because then I'm going to have to phone Hammers Mikey and then we're done. So let's one more thing. Go on.
One more thing.
I was going to say, I'm just really pleased with this season so far. It's going really well.
I love Moyes.
I think, we've had a really good, probably better than anyone expected, probably.
David.
Probably. I just want to see us go out in January and just build up on the squad, get another striker in.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd like to get another striker in that he won't play and frustrate, and that will end up leaving in 6 months.
Yeah. And well done, lads. The last 2 years been brilliant.
Thank you very much. You're the first one to say congratulations for 2 years as well.
Thank
2
you,
years
Gary.
of
Brilliant show.
Thank you very much.
It's only seemed like 10 years. Don't worry. It's
One
seemed
of
like
these
10
fuckers
years.
has sent us a card, though, have they?
No card, no present.
The moon pigs. Where's the moon pig cards? Nigel's sitting there like he's thinking 2 years. These cunts have got. Look at him, look. Miserable old kid.
By the way, I wanted Steve Tyler to come and let us know he got on with his blind date.
He's been texting me. Yes, it's getting juicy.
He said some geezer called Gary turned up in the Moon and Stars.
Yeah, he turned up, did he?
Gary's basically said, "Oh no, exactly how it went, because I was there. I was watching.
Yeah.
I was there, wouldn't you?"
High five with each other.
Take it easy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See you later, Gary.
Take care.
Right, no more phone calls, please. I'm going to give Hammers Mikey a call back. It might be too late for him, but we'll see what happens. Hang on. I've also got.
Did you put the phone number up tonight? How did them people call in without the number?
Because they've got me on. They've got us on speed dial, John. Hang on.
Oh, you still giving out your private number, yeah?
Hang on.
John has known Gary from Romford for the last 10 years.
I love the way Gary from Romford went, "I talking about VAR is boring." Fucking hell.
He cut that off, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Is Mikey going to hold us up? He's not going to answer.
No. He did phone in after the first caller, but then Alfie phoned in, so he's probably gone to bed. That's all right. We get Mikey on next time. Do you remember we had his Tesco
brilliant.
mobile thing last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
He's brilliant. Yeah, right. I'd say one call. Nigel will like this one. This is Dave. He's Dave. Do you remember Dave from Rainham?
Yeah,
he knows a lot about the youth,
good,
about the youth teams.
Yeah,
trucker.
I know. Oh, hang on. Guess who it is?
Mikey.
Hang on. Hello. Who are we speaking to?
Hello, this is Arnie.
Yeah,
Arnie. How's it going?
Very good, mate. Very good. How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You're a top man. Yeah, 2 years. It does feel like longer. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good show, and it's a good panel you have today.
Yeah, he's very good.
Good banter.
Yeah. Someone just said I'll leave cards in phone boxes. I might as fucking well leave cards in phone boxes.
Still get no calls.
But Arnie, what would you like to discuss this evening?
Just that I think we're having a really good season.
It's going well, isn't it?
Been pleasantly surprised with how Moyes is coaching the games. The only thing I'm negative about is the way we approach the second half.
Yes.
The last few games, 5-6 games, we've come out a bit flat.
Yep.
But I think we've become better at like changing up during the games. Sometimes we press, sometimes we control the ball, sometimes we sit back. I think the only game where I feel like we weren't really in it was against Man City. In all the other games we've been in it. So I've been really happy, and I think a lot of our players are, especially our wing backs like Sufala and Emerson. I'm not sure how many assists they have, but they must have at least 6-7 assists between them. I don't think any other team have that.
Yeah, well, I think
the league.
I think well, John did unusually make a good point earlier on in the show where he said that he said Newcastle's tactic about attacking the flanks could possibly have been to have remove our attacking threat from the fullbacks, because I do think we have been. I think Emerson Emerson's that left-hand side is just beautiful to watch. I don't care what anyone says. With Emerson and Paqueta, it's amazing, isn't it? You know, they're interplay. And what a player he is, Arnie Emerson, isn't he? He's fantastic.
Like I rated him a bit at Chelsea, but he just didn't play that much. But I've always felt he's been a bit underrated. He's very good technically, and he's got a good motor. He doesn't really get tired.
No.
Defensively, I'm not sure if he's the best, but I'm not sure if any left backs or right backs are that good defensively, unless you're like Kyle Walker. Most of them are better going forward, it seems. So I think he's a top player. And you're right, the way he connects with Paqueta is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like Paqueta, he's just him and Kudus. Like, we can play shit or it's boring, but then as soon as they come on, they're just like Paqueta against Liverpool. He was doing nutmegs on what was his name, Sobersley or whatever, going past 4 or 5 players. It's like, it makes you want to watch football. It's so nice to see.
Is there an element of, you know, the way that we play? And I think it's heavily reliant on a few players making things happen. Because I don't think it's passages of play or anything like that. We sit in a defensive block and then we rely on individuals. But when you have individuals like Paqueta, how fucking important is he? I mean, I'm not being funny. Even if you play him defensively, he's amazing, isn't he? You know, honestly, he's so entertaining. He really, really is. I just think he's Nigel, you'll agree with that. You get excited over Paqueta, don't you? You do.
No, he's a good player. I just love that Arnie's rung up and said that how wonderful job he thought Moyes was doing this season.
In the first half, yeah.
Yeah, in the first half.
I don't know, but even his substitutions, I think his substitutions have been better. And, like, of course, like, I think also maybe sometimes we expect too much because we've just played Newcastle, who are in the Champions League, Liverpool, who are normally in the Champions League, City, who are like treble winners, and then I knew we had Sheffield United in between. So we played some top teams, and then it's also important. I feel like we scoring goals. We've been ahead in all the games except one. I think it was against Liverpool. So I think everything is really well this season. I'm really happy.
We're scoring goals. We're scoring goals, aren't we, this year?
I think we're all pleasantly surprised. We was all fearful of the era, straight after Rice left. And let's be honest, we've bought well. We've got good replacements in. The squad overall is better than it was last season, let's be honest. And after the run of games we've had, I think we're pretty happy sitting, 7th, 8th are we now?
14 points. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to take the positives from it. We all want more. I get it. We all want more. And you want to be attacking style and all this. I get it. I do get it. I'm like it at times. Of course I am. But if we strip it back to basics, there's no getting away from it. We're performing better than we thought at this stage of the season. That's it.
I agree. But also, just to interject, someone's left a comment on this video, so I just pops. I find this channel unbearable these days. Now, when someone says that, is a response, which is what I've put, well, fuck off and what someone else said. It ain't compulsory viewing. Is that a good enough response?
I think it's reasonable. It's perfectly reasonable.
Is that a reasonable response?
It's direct and to the point, Nick.
It's diplomatic, Nick.
I know. When people
in North Korea, that's diplomacy.
No,
in North Korea, we just take them out. We got their IP address. We take them out. I just don't get why people write stuff like that. You have got an option on YouTube.
You don't. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. You don't have to watch it.
There are other channels. There's
people
loads
get so personal.
channels.
They get so personal.
Yeah,
I think most people probably watch it because of my good looks. If I'm honest,
I reckon so.
Well, you're right. Housewives' favourite.
That's my favourite.
But especially, I think it's like Mickey. You're a viewer. What do you know something? Do I ever lure people in to a false sense of security with the thumbnails to a video? I think you're pretty certain what the video is going to be before you've watched it, aren't you?
Yeah.
When you see a thumbnail, you kind of know what it's going to be.
Yeah, I think you're luring people in.
Yeah, I'm luring people in.
Yeah. In your false thumbnails.
I like to be. Look, listen. You know I'm a big supporter of the channel, but I say it all the time. It's a balanced point of view. Yes. I know Nick has got. Oh, come on, Nigel. You got John. He sticks up for. He's like the fair one. Nicky's very much like, Moyes.
The angry one. Nick's angry.
Sorry, the angry.
Yeah, but then
Brady's
I'm
favourite.
more lean to that side because I'm Moyes. I don't know, John, but it's you got different kind of people. It's not just one agenda on this channel. So for people to say that,
no.
I mean, look, with Nigel. I mean, I've invited the Moyes tongue puncher on in Nigel tonight.
That's right. See,
that's what I love. This is look, the Ultra 505. Moyes, was it? You took it off. He was having a good thing. Moyes, Gollum, wankers, fucking lovers. Yeah, that's it. Moyes arse lickers are the worst, but the ring does that to you.
Yeah.
Fucking cracks me up. Oh dear. I sit there behind Moyes going, my precious, my fucking load of bollocks. If he's here, he's here. He's not, he's not. I don't fucking
I will say, you actually are. You are ambivalent to whether he's here or not, aren't you? To be honest, you said it before. You don't care, do you?
I'll support him while he's here, but when he's sacked, the king is dead. Long live the king. The next one comes in.
Sam
it's like having a new shirt. What the people
Sam
that go
Allardyce.
off the? No, he's a cunt now.
Right, okay.
No, he was proper alien to the culture of this football club.
Monetized.
Long ball merchant.
Yeah,
and he only got the job because we were in the proper shit.
Yeah,
not the pretend shit. We were actually in the shit.
And he did well, didn't he, Nigel? Did well.
No, mate. He won the Losers Cup. Yeah, he got promoted in the Losers Cup
and
final.
kept us in the league. Done a really good job.
He bored us to death. How can you get? I mean, Moyes has never been booed off after winning a game. Moyes has never been booed off. We won a game.
Oh, he has. I've been before, Nigel.
Hold up. That game against Hull, when we won that game, we crossed the ball in. There weren't even a West Ham attacker in the box, and we still scored. That's how bad it was.
I've seen Sufeld do
Someone get the defibrillator out. Fuck me, he's going to keel over in a minute. Have a breath, Nigel.
Go on. Anyway, Arnie, sorry about that. Nigel just went off on one. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, sorry, Nigel. Sorry.
No, it's good, but I don't understand why people write in that they don't like the channel. I mean, it's basically like going to a pizza where you don't like the pizza, but you keep buying the pizza.
Exactly.
Then it's you that's a fucking idiot.
I don't understand it. I mean, the thing is, I will say, I think you're pretty, especially with it. If you're tuning in for an opinion or a ramble, I think you know what you're going to get to a degree. But people that say we're not balanced, okay, we're the only channel that do a phone in. Anyone can phone up, okay. Anyone can phone in. We do offer balance. I'm not balanced. I won't pretend that I am. Although I think I am. I think I'm fair. I've been balanced this week. But we do invite other opinions onto the show. We do. It's down to you lot to offer balance, or whoever wants to phone in, or come on the channel. John's got a different opinion. Nigel has. Mickey has. Gary has. Everyone's got a different opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a great analogy, though.
And it's amazing that we got the 17 games unbeaten in Europe, the first English club.
Yeah,
Moyes did that. That's like amazing.
David Moyes did that.
Here's a question.
Yeah, but Arnie, we beat no one apparently.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, you can see that now. Like
this is
Aston Villa, like struggling like Aston Villa is struggling. Arsenal are losing to Lens. Brighton are drawing. Like it's so easy apparently to be in these shit European competitions.
This is
but
true.
Other English clubs, they can't hack it.
I will say, and that's something that has opened my eyes this year because, and that's why I did that video. And I did an honest video. I even patted David. I had to have a shower after the video when I did pat David Moyes on the back. So I even patted David Moyes on the back. And the thing is, I am proud of the team for the 17 game because the thing is, when you look at your Villa, you look at Brighton, like what you're saying now, it doesn't matter who you're playing. It ain't easy to put a run together like that, we did.
It's fantastic.
No, it ain't.
No. It's no fluke.
No.
And even like my brother-in-law, he's an Arsenal supporter. And we were watching the City-Arsenal game today. And I told him...
Oh, but he was unbearable. Bet he was unbearable, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, not really. He's kind of mellow, but I told him, see, now because now you have a hammer player in your squad, you got that winning mentality, and now you beat City for the first time in 8 years. That's how it is. We just spread the love to the other clubs so they can feel how it feels like to win.
Somebody just put. Can you read that? Arnie? Somebody just said,
Pink Panther.
Nick will end up in an asylum writing Moyes out on walls with crayons on his side. Well, I'll probably be writing it with my own shit. To be honest, I'll be writing it with my own shit.
Look at this one. Look at this one.
Dreyfus.
Nick is as balanced as a Carly Minogue Sean Whetstone seesaw.
Didn't say. I don't say I am balanced. Right, hang on a minute. But Mr. Mace, can you clarify? Okay. No, wait. Whoa. Claret and booze pizzas are covered in bitterness, cynicism, and worst of all, anchovies. Can you cover which member of Claret and booze covers each of those? So who's bitterness, who's cynicism, and who's the anchovies? Just let us know who they are, please. That's all right. There you go. Well, I think you're an anchovy, John, is what I'm saying.
Can we answer this?
He's a fish.
Everyone likes me. Everyone likes me. When I see people,
Nobody likes anchovies.
I think you're an anchovy. But
I think Nick's all three of them covered, to be fair to you.
Oh, fucking hell. Nick's all three. Mr. Mace, you bastard.
Yeah. I'm like garlic. I'm like fresh garlic bread because everyone likes a bit of garlic bread on the side. But
anyway, Arnie, what are your thoughts on the rest of the season? Like Kudus, for instance, can you see Kudus working his way into the team, or do you think like Nigel? Do you think it's right because it worked today? You can't say it didn't. Right to use him in the way that he's used him for the last 15 minutes and use him more in cup competitions. Have you got any criticism for the way that he's doing things, or would you like to see Kudus given more game time? Would you like to see us not sit back and wait for the opposition to go 2-1 up before we make changes? What would you like to see?
I think sometimes we focus too much about who starts and who's not. I think when you have a big squad, he just needs to rotate. Look at the opponent. Yeah. Like if we're playing, let's say Sheffield United or Everton or whatever, swap it around because at some point Alvarez is going to need a rest.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse is going to need a rest. And it's better to do it earlier in the season because at some point they say he doesn't and Alvarez he's playing 20 games in a row. At some point he's going to get tired. So I think, and I like the way we're playing now in Europe, play a pretty strong squad, qualify, then maybe the last game he can play Mubama or some of the younger players. But I think he just needs to rotate a bit more. I'm not that fussed about who starts and who comes from the bench because, for me, I think our perfect formation will probably be a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, but more attacking. I would like to see Ben Rama as an offensive midfielder and maybe play Alvarez and Paqueta as two midfielders next to each other, and then just have Ben Rama, Kudus, and Bowen as a front three or something like that. But he just needs to swap it around a bit.
What the fuck's happened, Megan?
Sorry, he's got to put 50p in the meter.
What the fuck's happened there?
What are you doing?
What's happening?
There's fucking fireworks going off.
I ain't done it. It's me thumbs. It's me thumbs. I've got magic thumbs. I've got magic thumbs.
He saw a picture of
magic thumbs. Cheers, Gabe. Sorry,
Arnie, you were saying.
Sorry.
Ignore Nick. He's go on.
I was just that I just think he needs to rotate the players more because it doesn't really matter who starts what. Like I think Ben Rama, he hasn't been that good, but I can easily see him coming back, performing. And we need a big squad anyway. Like we're still in the cup and we're still in Europe, and we still have to fight for a good position in the Premier League. So he just needs to swap the players around a bit. Play Kudus like with Bowen, two up top, and then maybe Ben Rama behind them, depending on who we play, and swap it around. We have players so we can play lots of different styles now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. And John said this. John will always say the same as well, and I know he will. And I don't think anyone can disagree with this. And I think when we played in Europe, right, I think you saw the likes of, I mean, poor Fornals. I mean, the demise of Fornals is a different conversation altogether.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of these players, when they come in en masse like they did in the European game, they look quite rusty at first. They did because they're not getting much game time. And I think, John, you would always say it's a squad game, not a team game. And the criticism of David Moyes is that he does create this environment of 11 players that have the starting fucking shirt, and it's their shirt, and it's a big deal if they get dropped. It shouldn't be dropped. It should be rotated. That's why when Soufal gets fucking left out of the team, he kicks off. That's why when Fabianski gets left out of the team, he kicks off. That you've got he's created an environment where there is a first 11, and it's a big deal. I don't think it should be like that.
No, you're right. We were rusty when we scored in the first 7 minutes against Freiburg.
Oh, fucking hell. You know what I mean? But the likes of Fornals, what has happened to Fornals though? I mean, if you look at him, I think this.
I think he looks crestfallen because he's not getting in the team.
Yeah.
But we know his love of the club and the fan base in the short time he's been there. So he knows he's probably going to have to leave to get first team football, and he probably doesn't want to go. I think he doesn't want to go, but he knows for his career he probably has to, and that's probably doubly upsetting for him because he loves the club, and he loves the fans.
Hang on, Keith Knight's complaining we didn't really super chat. It's Nigel's fault.
Happy
not Nigel,
2-year anniversary,
Gary's
guys. Nigel C-word, tut. Referee today was a disgrace. Built an effigy of a ref and shoved a flag up his arse. I'm still here in A&E. This voodoo lock. Bar. That is like what used to be used as like a word in the dandy and things like that, didn't it? It's one of them.
That reminds me of your sister's. That reminds me of your sister's story when the courgette was up the bloke's arse. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Was that on a pizza?
So are you quite hopeful for the rest of the season, Arnie? Do you think we're going to evolve? Is what I'm trying to say. Do you think? Because I'll be honest with you, the more this season goes on, I do think that we could. I think that the more comfortable we get in the league, because I agree. Look, I agree with Nigel. I don't think we're going to get top 6. I think we should be competing for it.
Well, you fucking doom merchant.
But I don't think we're going to get top 6. And we are in all of the cups. We're in the EFL Cup. We're in the FA Cup. We're in the Europa. So let's focus on those. But do you think that we could evolve? Do you think that come the end of this season, Moyes could find a balance that could please everyone?
Yeah, because. I think it's like this is not like last year. I think especially Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, we have a much better midfield who are much better technically. So I think he can easily bring in swap the players around so everybody's fit, happy, enjoying the football. And Fornals, I really hope he stays. I just think it's a bit with the Benrahma as well. If we get like a new manager next year who's more like a progressive, those players are going to fit into that system easily. So I think we're going to have a good season, and I can easily see us evolve into being more expansive with the way we play. I mean, the build-up to the first goal today was amazing.
It was.
Antonio holding up the ball, laying it off for Paqueta. It was beautiful football. And we've scored some amazing goals so far this year. I mean, I think for me, the goal of the season has been against Brighton. Benrahma with that pass to Bowen, who touched it
that touch. The touch was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, like that goal of the season for me.
There has been some good goals, and you know what? Which is contrary to what I say about David Moyes, about we don't practice attacking on the pitch. We've scored a few goals that look like they come from the training ground. The one that you just spoke about today, the first goal. That was a training ground goal. And the one in the last game, the passing move, that looked like a fucking training ground goal.
Yeah,
it did.
Who do you reckon coached them then, Nick, to do that?
I reckon, what's his name?
Johnny Heitinger.
McKinley, was it?
Nolan.
Johnny Heitinger.
Kevin Nolan.
I reckon Gary's right. Heitinger.
He's Heitinger. What do you reckon, David? Do you reckon David Moyes? Do you think David Moyes coaches passages of play, Nigel?
I was just asking the question.
One-touch football, Nick. One-touch football. He plays Moyes in training.
The question. There was a bit of praise from you, and I was just wondering who we should attribute it to.
Moyes does static rondos in training. Nobody presses. You just pass to each other in a circle.
Souček is back as well. Souček is back as well. He's playing amazing. He must eat a lot of potatoes out of this season. He's really evolved after Rice left.
He's definitely got better. He's got better since Rice has gone, and he has got better. He has.
I think we're turning into like.
I mean, even today he was.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, even today against Newcastle, he was dribbling across the midfield, laying it off. I was like, well, like we haven't seen that last year, and some of the goals he scored, he's improved a lot. Or maybe he's just got his confidence back, but he must also improve playing with like Paqueta and Emerson and Alvarez and Kuz, because I'm sure he sees what they do, and then he's gonna pick it up and be better.
Do you agree, like John does, that Declan Rice was a problem and he was holding Thomas Souček back?
Oh yeah, because I fucking
yeah,
really
but yeah, but you know what? I think that's true, but
do you know people still?
I think it's true.
People still. Sorry, Arnie. 1 second. People still genuinely believe that because Rice has gone, not the fact we've replaced him with 4 players, pretty much. They think because he's gone, we're better.
Well,
it's not because he's gone. It's because we've used the money and spent it well. We could have fucking spent the money, but they've actually done very well.
I know, but Souček's got better since he's gone, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Top scorer in the League Cup for us, he is.
Oh, Nigel, your stats are getting really fucking desperate now. He's
the only player to score in every competition this season as well.
Yeah. All right, Nick, it's coming up
to
He's scored 5 goals.
The game yet. Yeah.
We're coming up to 3 hours, Nick. I can't. We've got to finish.
We're gonna have to wrap up. Arnie, thank you very much for the call, mate. We are gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Mate, it was a brilliant call as always. But as I think you need to close the call as you always do with a little Arnie phrase. What you got lined up?
Your choice.
Yeah. Okay. So before I do that, I will just say to all the haters, don't hate, appreciate.
Thank you.
Like it's a great channel. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. But
what film's that
end
from?
of the line, whatever.
What film's that
from?
What?
Then?
What film's that from?
It's not from a
film.
Know. It's not.
I just like to.
Yeah.
I like to rhyme. I like to rhyme. Come up with weird stuff in my head. And this, don't hate. There's a lot of stuff you can say. Don't hate, dominate, violate, appreciate.
I like violating.
Like whatever.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah. Masturbate, fornicate, impregnate.
Yeah.
Mr. Marks is getting that tattooed on his ass.
Mrs. Army's done a runner after that.
But my end of the line is here's your Sub-Zero, now playing zero.
What films?
From The Running Man.
From The Running Man. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Superb.
Lovely. Yeah. Right. Okay, mate.
Anyway, cheers, Nat.
Wonderful call, mate.
Thanks you, Arnie.
See you later. Cheers, Arnie.
Thank you, and again, happy anniversary. Have a great evening and enjoy the season.
I'm going to make the fireworks again.
You too. See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Why ain't it working now?
What are you doing?
My thumbs ain't magic anymore. What fucking made fireworks earlier on?
I think it's linked to the money text. If you put the money text up.
How about if I do 2 of them? Hang on.
You got to pop that. Pop it.
2 thumbs.
What is that shit?
Well, where is it? Where's the money? Where's the money one?
Hey! Got the fireworks. Have a look at that. Look.
He's just seen a picture. He's just seen a picture of Ange Postecoglou and fireworks.
La la la. That's it. Yes. Okay, Gary.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Look, thank you for joining us on this wonderful second birthday. Thanks, Nige. Me, you, John, and Nick were on our exactly 2 years ago. It was this cast. People voted that we should be officially the first show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Micky,
this was our first show 2 years ago.
It was. So, Micky,
I was on it. Was I?
Yeah.
Well, no. It was about our third show, but we let people vote.
The other shows were shit before we come on.
Would be,
skip, basically.
on what would officially be the first. It was the first show that John was on and you were on. It was like the full cast. So people voted on that. It was like the choice of this, like 2 weeks difference. But anyway, and Micky, thanks for joining.
Brilliant as always.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Always a pleasure.
Five Cockneys. How many other channels have that?
I know. There's a lot of Cockneys. It's more Cockneys than you shake a stick at.
A lot of cocks in here. There's a lot of cocks.
So thanks all for your lovely comments, and apart from one who's must have pissed off by now, and the Gildy you left earlier.
There weren't a lot of lovely comments about my head, but I'll take it.
No, but you love all that. It's attention. All attention's good, John. All attention's good.
So it really works with you sitting in a black t-shirt and a white background, John.
Well, I look like the geezer at a Red Dwarf. When I sit with
It doesn't accentuate it.
Like the geezer at a Red Dwarf. Do you remember the geezer at a Red Dwarf? He just sat there with their head. What was his name? I can't think of his name there.
Oh, Crichton.
Crichton at a Red Dwarf. That's what my other mate calls me, Crichton. Yeah. So.
Why? I thought Crichton was intelligent. Wasn't he the brainy one?
Yeah, he was.
Why would they call you that?
Obviously.
Fucking hell.
Come on. I'm a doctor of fucking roads. I keep telling you, I know every road in London.
Doctor of roads.
But you don't go as far as East Ham.
No, East Ham's out of my jurisdiction, son. Out of my jurisdiction. I get ways out. I follow an Uber.
Oh, you get lost.
I tell you what, you'd find a way to East Ham then, wouldn't you? Ooh,
John, does it annoy you when someone's in the back of your cab and they've got a sat nav app running and they're telling you where to go?
No, you know what? The interesting thing about that is this, right? People get in my cab with Waze on, right? And they're telling me where to go because they're using Waze. But Waze don't know I'm a fucking taxi and I can use roads that normal cars don't. So they're actually costing themselves more money. But I then tell them, customers always right and all that, That's what people do. I'm not going to argue.
It's trying to stop you to go in Liverpool Street via Southend. That's all they're trying to do, John.
Yeah.
Look
at the Mayor of London, you might have to go fucking via Southend to get from London Bridge to Liverpool Street. Anyway, another story. I've got another channel, Cabbies Are Us. Follow me. Yeah.
Cabbies Are Us.
Oh, yeah, Nige. When's the next instalment of history?
Yeah, fun enough. I got stopped by two blokes the other day.
When are you doing the next one?
So when are you doing the next one? I said, well, perhaps we'll do it the international break, but I may be working in Plymouth next weekend.
Right.
We can, mate, we can do it any time, just when it suits you.
Yeah. I've managed to chop up that fantastic file that crashed my computer 4 times.
Yeah.
Into 3
Gary's 4K fucking hour-long video.
Super fucking HD Ultra High. Was it IMAX? Was it?
Yeah.
Kept crashing I kept deleting more files up my fucking laptop.
I knew you wanted high quality.
Yeah, fucking. Well, unfortunately, I've had to downgrade it to like fucking 4 SIF. So,
God!
There's a camera joke for you.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, you're crazy.
Same as day one, and it, John, and it nice. Day one, 4 SIF, same thing. Yeah. Go on.
All right.
So turn the light off, turn the light on again.
So yeah, we'll. There's a bit of me thinks that Upton Part 1's really out of date. Perhaps we should do it again, but then I think maybe not. Fucking hell.
Out of date? It'd be out of date.
Well, because they've put the sign up now, haven't they? We've got the HAMMERS sign.
Listen. I'm up for doing it again. The Upton Part.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Perhaps we should do it, refilm it.
Should we?
We can do that. Should we film it in a lower quality this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually stop it in.
Yeah.
Actually,
do a little section.
As you're on the show, how do you fancy coming along if we do it again, the next one?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'll be right up for that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. We'll bring you along as well, Micky.
Did you ever travel down the Barking Road, Mick, into Canning Town, or would you stay where the trees were in East Ham?
No, I'm a traveller.
Oh, you'd fit right into Canning Town then. Oh dear.
You E6ers, you're crazy.
All right, so we'll be back in the week.
Area when I was a kid, we couldn't afford E6. Now it's the other way round. It's fucking mad.
Is that Beckton E6 or E16? E6.
No, Beckton's is the scrag end of East Ham. East Ham was
Beckton had a fucking skate. Beckton had a ski slope though.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
yeah.
posh.
What built on the slag heap of fucking.
And it had a golf range and a pub. Golf
Yeah,
pub.
It did,
Yeah.
Yeah, my mate was the golf pro there at the golf range.
Was it?
Yeah.
You didn't have to work very hard to be the golf pro there, did you?
My aunt used to be the bar ladies in there in the golf hub.
Always had a late one there.
I'm sitting here watching Gary getting more and more freaked out because he's getting later and later. Look, he's
No.
Sorry, Gary.
Fuck you. You know.
Sorry, mate.
Point out,
Work in a minute. I've got work
I
in a
didn't want
minute.
to be this late. I've got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go
5.
to my office, do work, drive to Plymouth, and then work till 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's
your fault.
22-hour day.
It's what you would
I
have
do
wanted.
want to do this, but I've got the day off tomorrow.
Oh, you bastard.
5 o'clock there, though. Fucking.
I'm also off tomorrow, Mickey. I'm also off tomorrow.
Oh, you take it easy, John. You earn enough money now. You ahead. You ahead, are you? After the holiday.
I'm ahead this week.
You are
He's
ahead.
he's eating Walker's Sensations, mate. He's fucking Keiko.
He is
Keiko
caked up,
Bako.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Beckton is E6. I knew it was E6.
No, it's E6. But but West Beckton is E16.
Oh, no, you're getting technical. Yeah.
No, there it is.
Well, where's the street where
cab
E6
driver.
becomes whatever it is next door?
Well, the boundary between E6 and E13 is Green Street is the boundary, and then it crosses over onto Boundary Road. Obviously, so called because that was the boundary. Of course, the boundary was between West Ham and East Ham, which were two separate boroughs.
I'm giving Nigel a backing track to make it more interesting. Hang on.
And the strange fact was that while West Ham were called West Ham, they actually played in East Ham.
Can you start rapping this, please, Nigel? Can you
start
rapping it?
Why is there a North Ham and a South Ham, Nigel?
There was no North Ham and there was no South Ham. There was a South West Ham, though, and they actually had a football club in 1900 called South West Ham, and they used to play by the docks.
One more thing.
One more thing.
Yeah. All right, we're done. Come on, you irons. See you soon. Good night.
Yeah.
Later.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Wicked, wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked, West Ham are massive. Wicked, wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, yo.